Colorado High School Activities Association football is on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network tonight. From Lutheran High School in Parker, it's game number 3 of the 2024 season with the visiting Fort Morgan Mustangs facing the Lutheran Lions, along with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. I'm John Beltran, and the Mustangs got off the schneid last week with a 21-6 victory over the Brush Bee Diggers. That's hugely positive, gentlemen, considering that if they didn't win, Brian, the game last week, and knowing they're a heavy underdog tonight, they wouldn't carry any confidence into this game, but at least they've got that brewing for them, knowing that Lutheran beat a school from Texas last week, 43-26.
Yeah, it was good to get a win under their belt, give them some positive vibes going. After tonight, they'll have a bye week, and you always want to go into a bye week at least with it'd be nice with a win, but if you have some, we'll get it later.
We'll come back on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The head coach of the Fort Morgan Mustangs is Ty Davies, assisted by Jacob Blund, Drew Davies, Gary Davies, Jim Kreckemeyer, Josh Langford, TJ Schneider, Jacob Norris, Devin Gherkin, and Corey McDaniel. And for Lutheran, dressed in their dark uniforms, being the home team, Stephen Robbins, the head coach. And he's got 15 assistant coaches. Wow. Adam Mackay, Austin O'Connell, Brian Moss, Chad McGuckin, Derek Johnson, Dylan Johnson, Eldred Bryan, Jacob Perkins, Jim Holdridge, Joe Stab, John Chamblin, Corey Schreiner, Nate Smock, Nolan Gonglach, and Troy Stelling. The team captains are out in the middle of the field. The Mustangs have Samson Ortega out there, along with Dominic Vasquez, Noah Aguirre, and Peyton Vickers. And we know this Lutheran team is going to throw the ball all over the place. I don't know what the Mustang passing game is going to look like tonight, Kevin, but Angel Lopez is out, and that's certainly going to hurt them offensively and even defensively, for that matter. The secondary is thin enough as it is, and so is the receiving corps.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you'd like to have, a strong second team that you can sub in and give those guys some breaks, because as we saw last week, reading the stats on the Lutheran game, they had 8 different receivers catching the ball, so you know that they're deep and they're going to continue to sub in and wear us down.
And some of those are out of the backfield as well. Kickoff is brought to you by Bailey Mechanical. When your temperature is not quite right, call your local Lennox dealer, Bailey Mechanical, 970-522-0471. The Mustangs dressed in their road whites. Now, the beauty of this game is that of their final 7 games, 5 will be at Legion Field. So they just have to get through this game and hopefully get through it healthy. They've had significant injuries the first 2 games. Jordan Perez in game 1, and then Miguel Davila and Angel Lopez in game number 2. There's 4 Mustangs who are not dressed for this particular game. And Brian, you remember 1 year ago, this was a pretty tight game in the first half.
Yeah.
And then it got away from Morgan in the second half. Lutheran was just too good, and they got all the way to the state championship game.
Yeah, it seems to be rolling here for Lutheran, that's for sure. They're a pretty talented group. Fort Morgan was good enough anyway in 21 to come here and win the semifinal game, which was a big victory for the Mustangs. They went on to win the state championship that year. So nothing easy, though. It'll be a tough game tonight, that's for sure.
Well, they've got a 42 out there, back deep to receive. I don't have him on the roster, but they also have Evan Holdridge, a sophomore. To kick it off is Irvin Melendez, who made a 35-yard extra point last week. That was huge because it gave Fort Morgan a 2-possession lead on their way to a 21-6 victory. And the Mustangs have been good on special teams this year, whether it be the return game. Well, I mean, the kicking game did struggle with Miguel out there. He missed a field goal and an extra point, but other than that, it's been pretty solid. The Mustangs to kick it off. And Irvin Melendez will run up to the football. This will be along the sideline. It bounces at the 17, and it bounces out of bounds as Holdridge gave chase. And it'll be excellent field position now for Lutheran. The quarterback is Eli Abramson, and Sawyer Wald, who went over 100 yards in the ground and is also good out of the backfield catching the ball, is a premier weapon. So it'll be at the 35, and we don't need to give them a short field, but that's what's going to happen.
Maybe they think it's better than that than to kick to their returners. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they saw something in film that they want to keep it away from them.
Well, and don't necessarily assume that they'll kick off to Fort Morgan once they score. You know, they like to unsighted like they have the past few years. Out of the shotgun formation, Wald is to the right of the quarterback. There's the handoff to Wald, running left, back to the middle. Breaks out of a tackle across the 45 to about the 47. Again, a missed tackle. Plenty of penetration there from Christian Velasquez Campos. But it's a gain of 12 and a first down for Sawyer Wald. Quick pass out to the right, caught underneath. And that's across the 50 to the 47. Catch was made by Kilborn. Give him 7 there after the gain of 12 by Wald in the initial play. Second down and 3, back to throw as Abramson lobs it deep up the left side, wide open.
Wow.
It's caught. That's a touchdown. Holy mahungus, what a throw and catch. Jake Vandershow. They had that marked at the 35, but I don't think that was the 35-yard line. That was more like the...
They never changed the clock.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, so they've got a lot of issues going on here. We'll call that a 47-yard touchdown pass. 47 on that fly pattern down the left sideline to Jake Vandershow from Eli Abramson.
And we were just in the right position. That was one of the prettiest passes I think I've ever seen.
That was nice.
And it wasn't terrible coverage. He just outran him. And the extra point is inside the right upright. It is good there from Colin Huber. So 34 seconds into the game, a 47-yard touchdown pass from Abramson to Vandershow. And what did Coach Davies say? That every time they play Lutheran, they just score on the first possession, and it took just 3 plays for that to happen.
Yeah, that was a perfect drive for them. They started off with a run, and they ran off the left side behind number 79, a 6'8", 285-pound senior tackle. And then they ran a quick little underpass to get us wanting to sneak up a little bit. And like you say, we had coverage, but at the end he had a burst and got about a 2-yard lead on him. And, man, he dropped that in there like a, I don't know, perfect.
Yeah, it was like handed it to him.
Just past the top of the hour, this is Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush Fort Morgan, a 65-yard drive. Game time temperature in Parker at 68 degrees. And now let's see what the Mustang can do in the return game. To kick it off will be Max Williams. The Mustangs have their feature returner there, Frank Urias, and Ben Fritzer has also been featured, but Austin Hall is out there. He's one of the short men, one of the up men as they call it. And Max Williams looks like he's got a leg. I mean, good kicking leg. Well, he boots that end over end. Urias has got it at about the 9, running to his left to the 15-yard line, and he's going to be cut down. Looks like shy of the 20. Well, no, he got past the 20. I'm looking at the 20 and the 30, almost like, yeah, they'll call it now. They're going to adjust the scoreboard at the 27.
Let's go offense!
That's where the Mustangs have it. Starting lineup is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Start your associate degree, continue your education, or get a specialized certificate. Visit morgancc.edu. J.J. Marquez, the quarterback. We've already mentioned some of the captains out there on the offensive line, Velasquez, Campos, and Vickers. In the backfield, Samson Ortega, the feature back. Ben Fritzer in there as well. Broden Jess, the tight end. 2 receivers split out to the right. On the left hash mark, 1st and 10 for the 27. Man in motion. There's the straight give. Running left is Ortega. He spins out of a tackle, and he's going to be ushered out of bounds. A pretty impressive gain. I think the Mustang coaching staff wanted a potential late hit. But taken out of bounds and a gain.
First down.
Yeah, of 11 to the 38. Boy, it didn't look like he ran that far.
Nope.
But again, we are not much higher than ground level. And the angle's not really favorable for us. Nonetheless, Ortega got to the outside. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. 10:55 to go in the opening quarter. Lutheran with a 7-0 lead on a 47-yard pass from Abramson to Vandershow. Stutter stepping, running to his right. That's Ortega backing across the 40-yard line towards the 43 maybe. Tackle was made by Matthew Martinez, a senior, 5'11", 240.
At the 41 maybe.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to trust the scoreboard.
It's definitely past the 40.
Second and 7, they're saying.
Yeah, it is a gain of 3 for Samson Ortega at the 41-yard line. Yeah, that we're quicker up here with a terrible angle as opposed to them in the press box. 2nd down and 7 to go for the Mustangs at their own 41-yard line. Opening drive for Fort Morgan. Receiver split out to the left. Marquez drops the ball, picks it up. He's going to be taken down. Yep, he was taken down. I don't know if they were coming in a blitzer because unblocked, completely unblocked, was Gavin Downing, a senior, 6'3", 190. The snap looked pretty solid. He just
didn't watch it into his hands.
Not at all, and the loss goes all the way back to about the 34. I don't know, why can't they adjust the scoreboard correctly? If they're going to give the visiting side horrendous views, I mean really bad views, they can at least work the scoreboard. 3rd down, and we'll call it about 14. At the 34, there was movement.
Yep.
And I think Lutheran came across the line of scrimmage.
We'll give them a 3-5.
It'll be at the 39. That'll be a 3rd down and 9 to go for Fort Morgan. Again, a 3-play, 65-yard drive for the Lions. And they put up 43 points last week on a Texas school in Texas. 3rd and 9 now at the 39.
Let's go offense.
A shotgun there for Marquez. Back to throw, looking to his right. Steps up, throws. It's caught underneath by Fritzler, and then he's going to be tackled forward. That's going to be close to a 1st down. That was thrown in traffic, but Ben Fritzler has got tremendous hands. They're putting a 4th down on the board. No, that should be a 1st down. Now they've adjusted it. And the game got to about the 49-yard line of Lutheran. It's a gain of 12.
And it's chewing up the clock, which is really good for us.
8:42 to go in the opening quarter. And the Mustangs taking their time in the huddle. They're not going to be a hurry-up team like Lutheran will be. On the right hash mark, at the 49, back to the pistol formation. Fritzler sets up on the inside slot to the left. JJ hands it off to Ortega. Stutter stepping to his left. He swings it to the outside across the 45, and he dives to about the 43. He got the corner again. He's been hitting that corner successfully. It's a gain of about 7. 2nd down and 3 to go for Fort Morgan. And that's 3 carries for 21 yards. A good start for Samson Ortega.
He's got some speed to the outside. He went right around that defensive end that was trying to cut him off.
And that offensive line's doing a good job of at least holding their status quo up there in front against the huge defensive line that they have.
Well, yeah, if you seal the corner, Samson's got enough speed to get out there, and that's what they've done on 2 of these plays on the opening drive. This will be play number 5 of the drive for the Mustangs. 2nd down and 3 to go. With a football at about the 41-yard line of Lutheran. JJ's going to roll out to his right. Still rolling, flush along the sidelines. Got to get rid of it. He stops, then he throws it away. It was intended maybe for Jess somewhere at the 40-yard line. No, it was Fritzler. And that's a good job that he was in the area, because if not, it would have been intentional grounding, 3rd down.
And that time he did, we've talked about it all season and all last year about how he needs to get rid of that ball and not take the sack. I thought for sure he was going to take that sack, and in the last minute he dumped it off. That saved some yards.
Even there, he should have gotten rid of it earlier, because now you're risking injury. Yeah. I mean, he allowed that defense to get right on top of him. The official spot is just shy of the 41-yard line. 3rd down.
Come on, Mustang, just push it.
Let's see, 3rd down. They're going to say 10. I've got something wrong. There's the pitch left. Swinging it back to the inside is Ortega. Ortega bowling his way across the 35 to the 32. That's a gain. They're going to backtrack it to the 33, a gain of 8 for Samson Ortega. Again, these numbers are unofficial. Now it's a 3rd down. Okay, so we had a 1st down earlier. Now it's a 3rd down. JJ hands off to Ortega, stutter stepping back to his left. He's got a couple of yards, maybe. to the 31-yard line before he's wrestled to the turf by Ryan Tisdall, a sophomore.
And another first down for the Mustangs.
And that's the third of this drive.
Yeah, you can't expect a better drive than this. Now we just need to finish it off with points.
With the football at the 32-yard line of Lutheran. And they're chewing up some time. As Kevin said, they've chewed up almost 5 minutes on this drive. 6:43 to go in the opening quarter. Lutheran 7, Fort Morgan nothing. And it looked like they were coming in a blitz. And again, undisciplined defense by Gavin Downing. He was 2 steps across the line of scrimmage. And the Mustangs will have a 1st and 5 at the 27 unless Lutheran was prompted. Let's see. Because the officials, yeah, it was defensively. I don't know why the official had his back turned. Looked like he was going to go the other way. Now it's at the 27. 1st down and 5. Left hash mark for Fort Morgan. Well, they can utilize the ground game and just keep it going. JJ, 3-step drop, looks to his right. Heaves it deep towards the end zone. It's going to be dropped. It might have been broken up 5 yards into the end zone. That was close there. Austin Hall was the intended receiver. It looked like that was very catchable. He gets up limping. He's going to head towards the sideline. Kevin, what did you see there?
Yeah, at first I thought it looked kind of like pass interference, but it was just a bang-bang play. The ball got there, and the defender just stripped his hand down the front of him and knocked it loose.
So, might have been underthrown then.
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a little.
2nd down and 5 to go for Fort Morgan at the 27-yard line. 6:23 to go first quarter in Parker. Lutheran 7, Fort Morgan nothing, but the Mustangs are near that red zone. On 2nd and 5, JJ will keep it himself, looking for a block. He's going to be thrown for a loss. That was not a well-designed play at all. Nicholas Park slammed him to the turf, a 5'11", 190-pound junior linebacker, and the loss is 2 to the 29. 3rd down and 7. JJ's not an explosive runner. If he doesn't get a seam, he's not going to go very far.
He takes too long to look for a hole or for that hole to open.
Yeah, he's not Briggs Wheatley, who just could explode through a hole. It's not his game. 3rd and 7, 4 yards behind center at the Lutheran 29. JJ, hard count, looks over towards the sideline. With the play instructions, now ready. Has the football, looks to throw to his left. Underneath, it's incomplete. That was not a good pass. Wide open underneath for Fort Morgan was Avery Duggar, but it missed the target by about a couple of yards. He would have had close to a 1st down. He was wide open in the slot to the outside towards the sideline.
Yeah, he had the time, but he just not a good throw.
Yeah, that would have been tough for him to catch that back shoulder like that and then turn upfield in time to get the 3 yards he would have needed to get the first. So, but definitely 4th down territory here at the 29.
4th down and 7. Just over 5.5 to go in the opening quarter. The Mustangs will go for it. From the pistol, 2 receivers split out each side. Ortega's in the backfield. Marquez looks to his left to throw. The slant is incomplete. It was a low throw and broken up, intended for Duggar. And Lutheran takes over on downs, and JJ was 1 for 5 on that drive for 12 yards. And that's the issue we talked about before, is having enough weapons, but you've got to make the throws as well. And JJ was off the mark on a couple of those throws.
And if you're going to go for it on 4th, you've got to have a pattern that gets you past the down markers, because if he would have caught that falling down, he still would have been a yard short.
That's correct. He would have been down at the 23. Well, here we go with the Lions Express. Brody Rasmussen, the receiver, out to the right. There's actually 4 receivers in on this formation from their own 29. Sawyer Wald in the backfield, back to throw. The slant over the middle is going to be dropped. It might have been tipped away, intended for Vandershow.
Yeah, that was almost a pick 6. That was a great defensive play there. He cut right in front of the receiver.
Right up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 to go for Lutheran. Again from the shotgun formation. Back to throw is Abramson. Mustangs coming with pressure. Pass is incomplete. Near the sideline, off the right hand of Deacon Downing. Yeah, that pass is towards the receiver. He's got it.
Well, and he had his hand on it. I think he was just trying to pull it in one-handed instead of going down and catching the ball. they're looking to score on every play.
Third down and 10 from the 29. Lutheran own side of the field. Again to throw is Abramson. Lobs it out to his right. Caught underneath, but that's going to be short of a first down to the 34. That is caught by Brody Rasmussen, a gain of 5. Are they going to go for it here? They might just go for it. I mean, they don't know what punting is. 4th and 5. They're going to go for it, or at least a hard count. Under 5 minutes to go first quarter. Lutheran 7, Fort Morgan nothing, and a 47-yard scoring pass from Eli Abramson to Jake Vandershow. Yeah, they're going for it at their own 34. Back to throw Abramson. Sets, throws to his right. It's incomplete. Not even close. Not even close. Well defended by Austin Hall. That was an awful pass, and quite frankly, had it been there, it might have been broken up anyway.
Yeah, that was a great defensive stand by Morgan, and now we got great field position. Let's get a couple first downs and score.
The opening quarter brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildingsbydesign.com. So the Mustangs have it. They played impressively so far. It's only been one bad play.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good game up except for that one long deep pass.
First and 10 in Lutheran territory at the 34. Left hash mark. Pistol. Handoff. Ortega to his right. Stutter step to the middle. And he lowers his shoulder and is tackled after a gain of a yard to the 33. Too many Lions in there to make the hit.
Yeah, he's got to bounce it inside a couple times to keep him honest, but I think we're going to have much more success outside.
Caleb Pollard, a 5'9", 250-pound senior, made the tackle. I miscounted a little bit on Ortega, so I'm going to adjust the totals here. 35 yards on 6 carries. Second down and 9 to go for the 33-yard line. And Lutheran came across again. They're not going to win a state championship playing risky football like that. No. And in fact, when they faced Holy Family in the state title game last year, Holy Family was twice as disciplined and ran away with the game.
Right.
All of a sudden, it sets up a second down and 4 to go from the 28. The Mustangs are looking for the equalizer in the first quarter. And under 4 minutes to go, once this play commences. J.J. Marquez. In motion to the right is Urias. They're coming in a blitz. There's the handoff right up the gut, but nothing. It's a loss. Oh, Lutheran stuffed that. Nowhere to go for Samson Ortega. They looked like on a run blitz, Brian. And in fact, the loss is back to the 31, a loss of 3 yards. Now it's a third down and 7.
Yeah, it looked almost like a draw they were trying to set up, and the only thing it drew was more Lions into the play. They're, like Kevin had said, or somebody had said, they got to get outside. That's where they're making their yardage. Get Sampson out in the open.
From the 31 of Lutheran, third down, 7 yards to go. 7-0 Lutheran. 3:10 to go first quarter. Pistol formation. Man in motion to the left, Urias. He's got it on the end around. Gets around the corner to the 30. Frank's throwing his feet along the sideline. Knocked out of bounds. A first down. Frank with his feet again, getting to the outside to the 19. A gain of 12 for Frankie Yu. And the Mustangs are in the red zone.
Yeah, that offensive line's doing a nice job.
They really are
cutting that off.
Sealing it in, sealing the defenders inside.
Yeah, it seems less blocking once you seal the corner as opposed to going right up the gut.
Right.
And they're doing a good job of that. Avery Duggar, the receiver, out to the left. 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan at the 19-yard line of Lutheran, playing an excellent first quarter. Marquez awaiting the snap. Has the football. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. Ortega is able to barrel his way to the 17 for a gain of 2. But again, lots of contact there by Lutheran. Tackle made by Xavier Villarreal, a 6'1", 200-pound middle linebacker. That's 8 carries already for Sampson in the opening quarter. He is a workhorse.
Yeah, he's going to be tired, but he needs to keep it up.
Second down and 8 to go for the Mustangs. Down to 2.5 minutes to go. First quarter, quick moving first quarter on a gorgeous night in Parker. And again, what I like is that they are not rushing to the line of scrimmage. Take some time off the clock. They're certainly controlling time of possession.
Definitely.
from the 17, 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Marquez, play action to throw to his right. The pass is going to be incomplete. There's going to be a flag down that might be holding against Fort Morgan. The intended receiver was Broden Jessa Jr., and this might draw the Mustangs 10 yards further back.
Yep.
And it is against Fort Morgan. Now, I'm sure they'll take this penalty to get him out of the red zone and make it a 2nd down and 18. It is a holding violation against the Mustangs. Second down. And we'll call it 19 to go. They've got to get to the, well, no, boy, that looks like an 11-yard. No, all right, 18 to go. From the 27, they got to get just inside the 9. Back to the pistol formation. Marquez with a hard count. Looks over towards the sidelines. 2 receivers split out each side. JJ inching closer to his offensive line, now backing off a bit. Awaiting the snap. Marquez, 3-step drop, passes to his right. It's caught underneath. A gain of about 5 to the 22. That is Ben Fritzler with a catch. Nick Tierlink made the tackle, 2nd reception for Fritzler. And that ends a streak, or a string of 4 consecutive incompletions thrown by J.J. Marquez. And now not too bad. You've got a 3rd down. Well, you're looking at about a 3rd and 13 at the 22.
They're doing a good job of calling plays where he can get rid of the ball early and he doesn't have to sit back there and get sacked.
On 3rd down and 13 to go for the 22. Lutheran leads 7-0 from the gun. Ortega to the right of the quarterback. Marquez sets up a screen, but it's thrown short to Ortega. He caught it, but he dove to catch it, and he loses a yard to the 23. If that is thrown perfectly, that could have been a lot of yardage there because the Mustang offensive line was allowing Lutheran to suck in and charge the quarterback.
Yeah, the umpire there was signaling that it had been tipped, so it must have someone got a finger on it and knocked it down.
Wow, that's too bad. Yep, so that's really not on JJ if that pass was tipped. But they're going to have to go for it now on 4th down and 14 to go for the Lutheran 23. In the waning moments of the opening quarter, we have 29 seconds to go. And the Mustangs trail by a touchdown. And now they call a timeout. And I think that's a good timeout because you really controlled the football. Time of possession, I am guessing. Time of possession, they probably held the football about 10 minutes because Lutheran had it for 36 seconds on the opening drive and then primarily threw the ball.
3 passes. Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, well, you've got it there. I mean, look at this, Brian.
That was the first one.
So you've got 34 seconds, and then you've got 45 seconds. So Lutheran's only had the ball for 1 minute and 19 seconds, and Fort Morgan has had it for 10 minutes and change.
And when you're a fast-paced offense and you love scoring and you're kind of after the glory of running up the score and everything, this is just eating at that quarterback. He's over there chomping at the bit. He's going to get out there and be maybe a little more anxious. It's really looking good right now for the Mustangs. They're playing a great game.
4th down and 14 to go for the Lutheran 23, lining up right hash mark. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. On the inside slot to the right is Ben Fritzler. What can they cook up? Marquez back to throw. He's being pressured, rolls out to his left, got to get rid of it. He's still got to get rid of it. He's going to take a sack. He just should have threw it up there.
Yeah.
That's not a good decision. JJ takes a sack to the 34. He had Urias in the end zone, just toss it up there. Instead, he loses sizable yardage, a loss of 11, and Lutheran takes over on downs. That was a horrendous decision. Just chuck it up there. If it's incomplete, then they take over at the 23. They have much better field position.
Even if you throw an interception,
it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know why JJ held on to that ball. Just get rid of it. It doesn't matter if nobody's open. It's 4th down. Yeah, he's got to realize that trying to make the perfect throw or perfect play is not what you're looking for in that situation. And here we go. This could be the final play of the opening quarter with 14 seconds to go. Lutheran leading 7-0. There's the give to Wald, running to his left, slips out of a tackle across the 35 and down at about the 37-yard line, a gain of 3. Are they going to get off another play? 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go. They do not get off the play. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Lutheran 7, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. 7-0 Lutheran leads as we head to the second quarter. We were just talking off air that hopefully JJ will learn from that, Kevin, because you just throw it up there and you've got a shot to make a play, but if you take a sack, there's no shot on fourth down. We've got a third down. Check that, second down and 8 to go. Lutheran at their own 38. There's the give to Sawyer Wald to his right, back up the middle, first down. He breaks free along the right sideline to the 20. He's at the 10. He flies by the Mustangs and scores. 62 yards for Sawyer Wald, and there wasn't much of a hole at the beginning, but once he got through it, he had speed for days, and that's a second big touchdown, a 47-yard TD pass followed by a 62-yard run on the third drive of the game for Lutheran. They lead 13-0.
Yeah, and we had a couple guys get helmets on him. We just didn't wrap up and pull him down. And he's a strong runner. And then once he broke out in the open, he was gone.
Yeah, they had, like you said, a couple of guys that had their arms around him. He just pulled away from them.
That's 3 carries for 77 yards. Williams to attempt the extra point. Perfect snap, and he boots a line drive, and that is just inside the left upright. The lead is 14-0 for Lutheran. This is why time of possession is a partial indicator of what's happening in a football game, because if time of possession was that huge of a stat, Fort Morgan would be up by 2 touchdowns, but instead they're down by 2 scores because they're facing a very, very lightning quick strike offense.
But what the time of possession is doing for Fort Morgan is keeping the game within reach. Because if they went 3 and out and gave this high-powered offense the ball and then went 3 and out and gave them the ball, time of possession would be equal and the score would be
28-0. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Well, they scored, what, Brian? A few seconds, 20-some-odd seconds into the game. Yeah. Now 9 seconds into the second quarter. So we know at what point of the game they're doing their damage. But you still have to stay focused out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to continue with your game plan. I mean, it's not out of reach by any means. But I think they need to start going more outside like they had been instead of this up the middle. Lutheran just got that middle plug.
And just not get behind the sticks.
Right.
Max Williams.
Penalty and then the sack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sack really hurt him. Even if they didn't complete it, just you have no chance with a sack. You have a chance with a desperation pass. Max Williams to kick it off. The right-footed kicker for Lutheran booms his football along the sideline, fielded at the 11, and that is Austin Hall to the 20, jitterbugging to the outside, gets around a defender, but he's still running laterally. He's going to be shirt-tailed at the 20, maybe got to the 21. Josiah John was able to bring him down. Only a 9-yard return, but he must have run at least 30 to 35 yards laterally from one sideline to the other.
Yeah, he had to work for that 20 yards, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad to see these younger kids making an impact on this team.
Yeah, that does help, without question. Austin Hall, only a sophomore, and he was a big difference maker last Friday night with a huge return to set up Fort Morgan's second touchdown of the game. 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan. The official mark is at the 20. I don't know how on the board they've got the 21. It's clearly the 20, but might be a different angle for them. From the pistol, hand off to Fritzler, running to his left. He gets by a defender, and he's still on his feet. He breaks loose across the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32 for Ben Fritzler. Found a small seam in the defense before the tackle was made in the secondary. A gain of 12 and a first down, and the hit was made by Nathan Osentoski. I'm telling you, the ground game it's even better than it was last week. I mean, Sampson had that big second quarter, but it was kind of flat around that so far. Fort Morgan's run for over 50 yards in the early going, close to 60. 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. There's the give to Ortega, jitterbugging to his right, across the 35 to the 36. Good strong run A gain of about 4 before it was cleaned up by Evan Holdridge, a sophomore. Second down, and we'll call it 6 to go after the pickup of 4.
Now, last week, Lutheran scored a lot of points, but they also allowed quite a few touchdowns. So maybe they're strong on offense and not so strong on defense. Or, Fort Morgan's still playing great. I'm not trying to take anything away from Fort Morgan. But
no, you're right. The evidence is being shown right now. Second down and 6 to go from the pistol. Fritzler is going to get the football, running back towards the middle, spinning towards the line of scrimmage. He's down. He really never got his motor going because of penetration initially from Daniel Naught, a 6'1", 220-pound senior defensive end, but he was able to get a yard. That's 61 yards on the ground for Fort Morgan in this game on 13 carries. Not bad, averaging just under 5 yards a carry. 3rd and 5 to go for the 37. 9:45 to go second quarter. Lutheran 14, Fort Morgan nothing. And Lutheran nearly jumped again from the gun. Ortega to the right of the quarterback. J.J. Marquez. Marquez looks to his right, runs to his right, flushed out of the pocket. Has to get rid of it. He's just got to throw it along the sideline, throws across his body. It's going to be picked off near midfield. There's a seam to the outside, and tackled at the 26-yard line is going to be Evan Mackay. A touchdown-saving tackle by Christian Velasquez Campos, and that was a tough throw made by Marquez across his body, and that's usually going to result, Brian, in a disaster.
And the one thing they tell you not to do is throw back across into the middle of the field. And that's just what he did, and it was picked off.
yeah, and that Lutheran guy took the interception. You know, when he looks at that, he's going to see 2 guys in front of him that could have gone and blocked that guy, but he wanted to just hurry and go and not have patience.
Right, there was no setting up of the blocks because he didn't allow it. Evan Mackay with a pickoff, a return of about 25 yards. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Right hash mark at the Fort Morgan 25-yard line. Abramson is back to throw. Pressure coming. Leaves it deep up the middle. Touchdown. Wow. Oh, man, what a throw. A seed right up the middle. And that once again is Vandershow. 25-yard connection. Lutheran with 9:16 to go in the second. Leads 20-0.
And we were just talking about that 3 and out, and here they go. And we didn't get that first down, and sure enough, I guess we did get maybe 1 first down on that last drive, but.
Yeah, JJ just should have thrown it away.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Max Williams. Off the hold of Colin Huber. About to go up by a full 3 touchdowns, and that kick is a line drive, and that is just inside the left upright. I mean, he's got a strong leg, but he's not sharp with those kicks. We haven't seen a crisp extra point, not even the first one. So it just over 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's 21-0 Lutheran. And again, we were worried about the passing game. I had predicted coming here that they would throw for well over 300 yards. Right now, Abramson's only completed 3 passes, 3 out of 6 for 77 yards. They might not need to. If they get a big enough lead, they're just going to keep the ball on the ground and get this game over with.
I don't think that's their heritage. I think they're going to want to, showboat. And I think it shows because on defense, you have all these kids that want to come to Lutheran and play. They don't want to come play defense. They want to come be one of those guys scoring all the time.
Even with the interceptor, as you mentioned, he wanted to make a game-breaking play when the smarter play would have been to wait for his blocks. Williams to kick it off. 3 possessions, make it 4, and 3 touchdowns for Lutheran. Deep, that is into the end zone. Nice kick there by Williams. The Mustangs will have the ball at their own 20. Down 21-0, a 47-yard touchdown pass from Abramson to Vandershow, followed by the 62-yard run from Sawyer Wald, and then the 25-yard scoring pass from Abramson to Vandershow. They've connected twice for scores in the game. Fort Morgan, I don't believe, has gone 3 and out yet. You don't want to get into that pattern.
Right. Now, they've been able to at least get 1 first down. The like that first drive. That was a great drive. It did not end the way they wanted it to, but they took time off the clock.
Brian, what we're seeing here is that in the 2 games they played on the road outside of last week, the big plays have killed them.
Yeah.
From the pistol, handoff to Ortega, up the middle, down after a yard. Man, he was taken down to the ground by Xavier Villarreal. A gain of 1, a long one, second down and 9 to go. 40 yards on 10 carries for Samson Ortega with 8:51 to go, second quarter. Avery Duggar is the outside receiver to the right. And the running game has set up the passing game, but now 2nd and 9. Now it's just, you're going to be forced to throw. Marquez back to throw, looks to his left, tosses underneath. It's off the hands of Urias, incomplete at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, just a little high on that pass. I think that might have gone for some yards. You know, I don't know about a first down, but would have been a positive play. He just kind of got a little antsy and overthrew that one.
JJ is 3 out of 9 for 16 yards and a pick. Third down and 9 to go at their own 21-yard line. We had a quick-moving first quarter. Second quarter's come to a little bit of a standstill.
But now part of it's for Morgan's throwing the ball more, and that's not running the clock.
Yep.
On 3rd down and 9, again, pistol formation. Marquez to throw. He lobs it underneath on the screen. Caught by Ortega at the 23, and then he barrels across the 25 and carries defenders to the 27. A gain of 6, a well-designed play, short of a first down. Love that screen there. It's 4th down and 3. The Mustangs are going to have to punt at their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, the play worked initially, and then when he turned around to run, there was a line right there in front of him.
But did we see any design screens the first 2 weeks? Because I think now we're seeing them more, which is good.
Yeah. Samson Ortega's got a little bit of a limp to his walk. Hopefully that's nothing serious.
Urias to punt. Gets it off towards the sideline, and that's a gorgeous punt. Takes a Fort Morgan roll. Looks like it's into Lutheran territory. Not a deep punt, but good enough at least to get out of a little bit of a hole. It'll be at the 46, a punt of 27 yards. And again, that's Fort Morgan's strategy that we've been talking about as special teams. Keep it away from the game breakers.
Right. Well, you talked about the big plays. That's one way to keep big plays from happening. Don't kick to these, true athletes that are out there that can, hurt you on a kick return or punt return.
That looks like the 45 to me, so we'll call it the 45. 2 touchdown passes for Abrams and a 62-yard run by Sawyer Wald. Wald has got 77 yards on just 3 carries. They've got 55 yards to go to get into the end zone again. Abramson, deep drop, looks to his right, tosses over the middle. It's broken up, incomplete. Broke it up. Aiden Brown broke it up, intended for Blake Kilborn. That's a nice defensive play.
Yeah, if he would have had another half a step, he would have cut in front of him and had that ball going the other way.
Aiden Brown had an interception last week against Brush. 2nd down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. This will be a give. Right side, Wald with a big hole. Across the right side in the 50 to the 40, breaking out of a tackle, skipping over a defender across the 35 to about the 31. It's a gain of 24 for Sawyer Wald. And again, he's very difficult to contain, but the Mustangs are helping him out by not wrapping up. At the 31, right hash mark, right up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw is Abramson. Looks, he's looking towards the end zone, throws it out underneath. Caught to his left to the 20-yard line, along the sideline to the 10, and then wrestled out of bounds. A first down and a gain of close to 21. That is Colin Huber picking apart the Fort Morgan defense. There is Eli Abramson, and it's first down and goal. The nose of the football is at the 10-yard line. Now they have another back in there. That looks like Evan Holdridge, a sophomore from the shotgun formation. Abramson, 5-step drop, throws, end zone, broken up, nearly picked off on the deflection. Another outstanding play by Aiden Brown. as it was intended for Colin Huber. 2nd down and 10. I mean, they're so difficult to defend. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, he was right there. I mean, he was able to knock that ball away and then almost intercepted by the Mustang laying on the ground.
2nd down and goal for the 10-yard line. 7:05 to go before the break. 21-0 Lutheran. Man in motion to the right. And there's the give on the left side to the 5-yard line towards a pylon. That's a touchdown. That is Evan Holdridge. He was not touched till he got to the 4-yard line running off left tackle, and then he swung it and bounced it to the outside. And Lutheran has 4 touchdowns in the opening half. It's 27-0, and that was Holdridge's first carry of the game.
And there's like some strong young men here. I don't know how big Holdridge is. He's 5'10", 180.
Yep. Max Williams to attempt the extra point. Let's see if this one looks better than the previous 3. He's not getting any trajectory at all. And this kick, that's a lot better, and that's right down the middle. 7 minutes to go before the break. Lutheran 28, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 55-yard drive for Lutheran, a 10-yard run by Evan Holdridge. It's 28-0, 7 minutes even to go, second quarter. I'm John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde on a 65-degree night right now from Parker, but that Lutheran offense is about 105 degrees. Max Williams boots that football high and deep. Backing up at the goal line is Ben Fritzer, but he had a foot in the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20, automatic touchback in high school. Kevin, what do you think at this point? Just reestablish the ground game?
I think you have to. You have to keep them honest because they're teeing off and they're putting way too much pressure on JJ, and that's not good when that happens. He throws better when he's throwing short and handing off.
They need to get to that outside running game. That's where Sampson was getting all these yardage, was outside, not up the middle.
And how many times have you said it, Brian? Utilize Ben Fritzer as much as possible. He's a weapon in this offense. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 20. Ortega's already carried the ball double-digit times. There's the give to Ortega. Stutter stepping to his left. He's got a yard, and that's it. Tried to get to the outside, but that time Lutheran sealed the corner, a gain of only 1. And after a hot start by Samson Ortega, in his last 5 carries, he has a total of 5 yards. He was running really effectively early. 2nd down and 9, left hash mark at their own 21-yard line.
Lutheran has probably changed up their defense somewhat to corral him a little bit better.
Yep. And they've got guys that they can sub in, and we're not really deep, so we don't have guys that we can put in on offense to give the other guys a breather.
Yeah, especially with the injuries early this season. 2nd and 9. Fort Morgan at their own 21. Low snap. Marquez to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Flush to his right. He's got a stiff arm along the right sideline. Throws it out of bounds, and that's the right play. That is the right play. That was a very smart play. Very smart by Marquez. He was all the way back at his own 6-yard line. He had to get rid of it. If not, it would have been a massive loss. And that's a sign of a quarterback who learned from his previous experience in this game.
But I want to know why we need to get our receivers to see that he's rolling out to that side, and they should all be coming back towards him and coming to this side. There was one receiver deep, and everyone else was across field.
Yeah, you're basically irrelevant to the play once you take off because your quarterback is not even throwing off his front foot, but we do have a penalty against Lutheran.
I did not see a flag.
No, and it looks like it's a post. Was that a post-play penalty? I'm not sure. I don't think it was because, a 10-yard penalty is now post-play, so nullify the incompletion. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 31-yard line. 5:58 to go, second quarter. Fort Morgan trails Lutheran 28-0.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Come on, Mustangs!
At the 31, 2 receivers split each side. Marquez back to throw, lobs it deep up the right sideline. All is out there. Should be interference. Man, that was underthrown, but it looked like the defender ran right through Hall. No whistle, or no flag, I should say. 2nd down and 10. The Mustang coaches do not like that whatsoever.
And I couldn't tell if he was really trying to come back to it or he was Had a lion right in his face.
Second quarter is brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more about Sydney Regional Medical Center at sydneyrmc.com. Second down and 10 to go, 31-yard line. That is, let's see, 11 or 12 pass attempts there for J.J. Marquez. This looks like a passing formation. Man in motion to the right is Urias. He's got it on the end around. Not much room to the outside. He reverses his field, looking for a block at the 35. Frank is loose at the 40. Along the left sideline to the 50. Urias back to the middle of the field. Oh, and he was tripped up maybe by a teammate. I'm not sure. But a big gain and a first down into Lutheran territory. That might have been the turf monster as well.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's a great run there, and good job of cutting it all the way back.
And the gain is 31 there. 31 yards for Frank Urias to the 38 of Lutheran. I thought he was going to be gone for a second, but talk about instincts and vision.
Yep. Yeah, I think the 40-yard line gets credit for that tackle.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like if he wasn't going to score, he was going to get at least into the red zone.
Yeah.
First and 10 for Fort Morgan to the 38-yard line of Lutheran. Marquez with a 5-step drop. No pressure. Sets up. Heaves over the middle. Incomplete. Tipped away at about the 30-yard line. It was intended for Frank Urias and knocked away. Looked like Paul Trilling was able to get a paw on the football. Second down.
And I think what we talked about last week and the week before, he's kind of telegraphing where he's going to throw. He never really did anything but do that, and so the linebacker from a different side came over and read that and was able to get that hand in.
That was his 12th pass attempt. J.J. Marquez, 4 out of 12 with a pick for 22 yards. Second and 10 from the 38-yard line. J.J. quick drop, throws it out to his right. It is caught by Broden Jess. He's able to get some yards. Let's see where they're going to mark the football with 4:53 to go before halftime. A gain of close to 7 or 8. 7 yards on that pass to the junior Broden Jess. Third down and 3 to go, just shy of the 31. Again, 4 down. Well, everything is 4 down territory unless you're backed up inside your own 40-yard line because you're trailing 28-0 to the preseason number 1 in 3A and the defending state runner-up. Third down and a long 3, just shy of the 31. J.J. claps his hands it off to Fritzer, running towards the middle. A first down. He's into the secondary, and he's breaking tackles. The ball is loose, and I think it went out of bounds. I think it ricocheted out of bounds. Give Fritzer all that yardage. Yeah, it was in the air. But give Fritzer the yardage. It actually deflected forward. And they're going to be in that red zone, I would think. There's a Lutheran Lion down on the turf. No, okay, is that at the 9-yard line? Wow. If it's at the 9, that's a gain of 22 and a first and goal. Again, we're all the way on the other side. And I guess that's the call there. First and goal at the 9 with 4:08 to go, second quarter. And Brian, this has been a nice drive for the Mustangs. They started back at the 20-yard line following the touchback, so they've traveled 71 yards.
Yeah, that's what I like about Fritzler. I mean, there was a hole initially there, but he created a hole once he got through there, and then his speed got him down there. But he finally got tackled, but he needs to make sure he holds on to that ball.
Right.
You might get all those yards, but it's for naught if you end up giving it up.
Well, I think they could go into halftime saying, you know what, the ground game has been good. They just and part of that is instincts from Frank Urias, who's got 2 carries for 43 yards, but Sampson has worked hard as well. First and goal at the 9. Mustangs looking to get on the board. From the gun, Ortega to the right of the quarterback. Marquez looks to his right, lobs it towards the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Urias in the corner for a touchdown. Back shoulder throw on the fade, and Frank Urias makes the catch. And the Mustangs are on the board. That's from 9 yards out. It's Lutheran 28, Fort Morgan 6, and a perfect pass from the junior quarterback, J.J. Marquez.
Yeah, that was nice, and he was open, and gave himself a little bit of separation with, straightening his arms out there, and that was just well played.
A tremendous throw, and that's a long throw. But again, back shoulder, so Frank was the only one who could make the catch. Cooper Chisholm is the holder. Irvin Melendez, the kicker. Low snap. The kick is up, and that's going to be off to the left. He missed it by about a foot and a half. 4:02 to go before halftime. Lutheran 28, Fort Morgan 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 80 yards on a drive for the Mustangs. A 9-yard touchdown pass from J.J. Marquez to Frank Urias.
Well, they're kicking off from the 40, so.
Yeah, it's a penalty on the extra point against Lutheran. So instead of kicking off from the 35, they're at the 40. Irvin Melendez to kick it off. Still 4:02 to go before halftime. We'll have a Ben Blecka mental health segment at halftime, as we're going to do all season. Well, now they're going to back it up.
Yeah, we normally kick from the 40. So there must have been some sort of personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay, my bad. You're right. They're walking the football. It's against Fort Morgan because they're going to kick it off in the 25. So Lutheran is going to have great field position.
I know head coach Ty Davies was out there giving the referee an earful, but.
Well, the final score last year was 35-6. If Lutheran scores on this drive, that'll be the score after the next touchdown. The Mustangs have only stopped them on one possession. Melendez with a high, short end over end. It's fielded by one of the up men, and a short gain across the 50 to the 46. The return man for Lutheran was Tanner Turk, a sophomore. Avery Ducker was down there along with a couple of other Mustangs to make the hit, but again, a short field in Fort Morgan territory. Let's see, at about the 48 maybe.
Board is saying 47.
Come on, defense!
Yep. And watch out because they're not waiting for 2 or 3 plays. They want to go. I mean, they had a 47-yard touchdown pass on the very third play of the game. And here we go again with Vandershow, the receiver to the left. He caught that touchdown pass, and he's got 2 scoring catches tonight. Eli Abramson, the quarterback. On 1st and 10 for the Mustang, 47. Left hash mark. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. This will be a handoff. Across the left side and breaking out of a tackle. A flag is down. So is the ball carrier at the 35. Sawyer Wald with a gain of 12, but that's coming back.
Yeah, Wald's got some good speed, but he's also a big kid. He's at like 6'1", 210, 6'2", 210. He's a big kid.
Let's see what the penalty is. I believe it was just a straight-up hold. Might have been Velasquez being held out there. That was Alex Zackham. Man, you're 6'8", 285, and you're holding. That's not good technique.
Come on, defense!
Now on their own side of the field for the 43-yard line.
Let's hold them!
On 1st down, it's 15. It should be 20. Yeah. Back to throw. Abramson looks to his right, steps up, lobs it over the middle, and it's intercepted! It is intercepted, went to the receiver, and it is picked off at the 40-yard line. What a beautiful interception there by Jaden Carrera.
Yeah, and that ball just was not thrown to the receiver, and way to have his eyes open and catch that.
Well, this one didn't surprise him like 2 weeks earlier in Pueblo East. So they've got it at the 41-yard line. Yeah, I was looking at the receiver. I didn't even see Jaden there. All of a sudden, the ball was in his hands. They'll mark the football. Well, now it'll be at the 41, just past the 40. 1st and 10, 3:26 to go, 2nd quarter. Lutheran 28, Fort Morgan 6. The Mustangs with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Marquez to Urias. There's the direct snap, looking to throw. Marquez lobs it deep along the right sideline, well covered and incomplete. Again, looking for a flag. Was that Urias, the intended receiver?
Fritzler.
No, it was Fritzler instead. And Well, they're walking towards the 50-yard line. There must have been pass interference. We can't see the flag from here if it was indeed thrown, but I mean, they're walking towards the 50, so that had to be interference. Yeah, I mean, look.
Pass interference.
Yep, sure enough.
So the football now goes from the 42 or the 41 of Fort Morgan to the 44 of Lutheran. Mustangs are looking to score on their second consecutive possession. 3:19 to go, second quarter. 1st and 10 for the 44. Urias in motion. He's got the handoff from the end around. Aguirre tries to seal the block. He cannot. Cutting it back to the inside is Frank, and he's maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Second down. And we'll call it 11, a loss of 1 for Frankie Yu. Under 3 minutes to go before the break. Second down and 11. That's 3 carries for 42 yards for Frank. Only a sophomore. We've got an equipment issue with Lutheran. So Nicholas Park will check out of the game. Resetting the play clock. On 2nd and 11 from the 45. Marquez looks to his right before the ball is snapped for play instructions. There's the snap. Looks to his right again. He throws it to his right, incomplete. Little slant there to Broden, just too high. But again, Kevin has made the point repeatedly that as soon as the ball snapped, JJ's looking in the direction he's going to be throwing, and that's a much easier read for the defense.
And he had an open receiver there. If he would have dropped that ball down, 3-4 feet, he would have had a nice gain.
3rd down and 11 to go for the 45. I wouldn't mind here, Brian, maybe a run play just to throw him off. Just if you get 3 or 4 yards, and you're setting up towards the 40. But this looks, it's a naked backfield. 3rd and 11. JJ with a drop, and he throws it into the ground to his right, intended for Fritzler. And he was not set whatsoever. He was off balance when he made the throw. 4th down.
And Lutheran had that well defended. He would have been tackled right away as soon as he caught it.
Well, but again, there's no off look.
Right.
There's no off look. You're looking exactly where you're going to throw the ball as soon as the ball snapped, and there has to be a look off before you make that decision. And now Frankie's into punt. Even though they're in Lutheran territory, but a 4th and long. Awaiting the snap. It is a perfect snap. Heavy rush. He gets it off a high, fairly deep punt. It's going to take a lateral roll. And now a Mustang roll inside the 15. And the ball's at the 11.
Oh, that's nice.
With 2:23 remaining, second quarter, Lutheran 28, Fort Morgan 6. But again, what has haunted the Mustangs in this game? It's the big play. Touchdown passes of 47 and 25 yards and a 62-yard run by Sawyer Wald. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. Game number 3 for the Mustangs, down by 22. But incredibly enough, in the first quarter, they had 10-plus minutes of possession time. The second quarter has been a little bit of a different issue. And the defense has not been able to hold up as much as the offense has, although they're coming off a pick. Pressure coming, throw underneath is caught. There's going to be a huge seam across the 30-yard line and tackle. There was one defender out there as the pass was caught by Mackay, who had an interception. Aiden Brown made the tackle. Now where's the football? It's a gain of 22 to Mackay. And this time it'll be a give on the right side, and Wald is down after a short gain. He was tripped up. But a gain of 7 for Sawyer Wald to the 40. Second down and 3 to go. Quick strike offense is this Lutheran team. On 2nd and 3, low snap, pass underneath is caught along the sideline to the 50 and ushered out of bounds. A gain of about 10. The catch was made by Blake Kilborn, who had the first reception of the game. And that's more than 10.
Come on, defense.
It's at the 48, a gain of 12. Awaiting the snap, Abramson. Back to throw, looks to his right, sets up, rolls out to his left, looking, throwing underneath. It is caught wide open to the 30-yard line. That along the sideline is Sawyer Wald, and he's knocked out of bounds by Ben Fritzer, but he was wide open underneath, and so open he got to the 16. That's a gain of 32 and another first down.
And now a penalty, it looks like, on Fort Morgan's bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did they think there was a hold or maybe an offensive lineman downfield?
Yeah, it could have been that, or they thought maybe interference. I'm not sure what they were after. They don't need to help them out.
No.
96 seconds to go in the opening half. This will be unsportsmanlike conduct against Lutheran.
Lutheran?
Well, no, he's pointing the wrong way. The other official says it's against Fort Morgan, so he was pointing the wrong way. So it should be placed at the 8-yard line. First and goal for Lutheran.
Come on, D.
They've got 2 touchdown passes and 2 touchdown runs. Sawyer Wald is in the backfield to the left of the quarterback, Eli Abramson. 2 receivers are split out to the left and to the right. Abramson, back to pass, pressure coming up the middle, throws off his back foot to the end zone. It's caught. Oh, Aiden Brown overran the play. He could have had a pick. It was caught in the end zone by Evan Mackay from 8 yards out. And Lutheran leads 34-6, third touchdown pass of the game for Eli Abramson. And that was an overplay on defense, Kevin.
It was. He was running with them, and the ball was thrown behind, and the offensive guy adjusted, and defense's momentum just kept him down.
Right, he ran past it. Max Williams for the extra point. Yeah, the defense was not that bad. Pressure up the middle. The extra point is high and right down the middle. A minute 32 to go before halftime. It's 35-6 Lutheran. So they have reclaimed a 4-touchdown lead, plus 1 point, that is. The Mustangs missed their extra point after the 9-yard scoring pass from J.J. Marquez to Frank Urias. And what a drive, Brian, 89 yards.
Yeah, that didn't even take a minute to do it. I mean, they just get right down the field. It doesn't matter with them. They did have a little help there right at the end with that unsportsmanlike.
You know, we like talking food. We like talking food on our trips. We got to think of the top 3 instant foods, like instant, because that's what they have, an instant offense. I mean, people think of instant oatmeal, but I'm not an oatmeal eater. Something instant.
What's your definition of instant? Like a candy bar, you open it up and you can instantly eat it?
Something that you have to cook. See, they're cooking up plays instantly. So the candy bars, I think that might not count. But again, who am I to say what doesn't count and what does count? Max Williams to boot that football. He's going to squib it towards the sideline. That is an awful kick. Out of bounds. It went about 20 yards forward. And Fort Morgan will have it at their own 35.
They'll actually get it up where it went out of bounds, I think, at the
41. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's not going to be at the 35. It'll be past the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure what the purpose of that was. He's been kicking them into the end zone.
Yeah, the last 2.
All right, Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a pretty poor kickoff, a poor squib. First and 10 at their own 47. The Mustangs do receive the second half kickoff.
Well, and not to bring back past memories, but Lutheran does have 3 timeouts left this half.
First and 10 for the Mustangs at the 47-yard line. Low snap to Marquez, handoff, running to his right. I believe that's Cade Underwood, and he's going to be held back. And no gain.
Yeah, Sampson standing over here on the sideline.
Yeah, he's going to lose yardage.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that first step like Sampson. And
Yeah, it's a loss of about 3, and Lutheran calls timeout, and that is completely Kevin Rohde's fault. The mention of the 3 timeouts.
all they have to do is save like 25 seconds on the clock, and they can score.
That's true. It'll be second down. There's going to be a loss of 4, it looks like. According to the board, back at the 43-yard line.
And according to the board, it's Fort Morgan that called the timeout.
Okay. I thought they signaled towards Lutheran's side.
That's what I thought too.
The Mustangs will have a bye week next week, and then their first home game is coming up in half a month, 15 days. They'll play September 20th at home against Skyview. 7 o'clock kickoff. 5 of the final 7 games after tonight will be at Legion Field. A minute 25 to go before halftime. Lutheran 35, Fort Morgan 6, second down and 14. The Mustangs at their own 43. Marquez to throw. Marquez to his right. Marquez along the sideline. He stops. He looks. He lobs it. It's caught underneath, and that's a first down to Broden Jess. And he's knocked out of bounds. Nice patience there by J.J. Marquez. And we have a flag down. Was there a lineman illegally downfield? Because that's the only thing that could be called against Fort Morgan. There was not a hold that I saw. Be a gain of about close to 20 yards, but what is the penalty?
Illegal block in the
Well,
back.
it wasn't, not a hold.
After the catch, probably.
So that is coming back. Well, you can't mark that off from the end of the, well,
They marked it off. From the
wow,
end of the run,
at the end of the play. It'll be at the 48-yard line. So let's give him, let's call that 18 yards on a pass to Broden Jess. Second reception for Broden Jess. And why is the clock running? They had the clock running, and now the officials are going to adjust the clock. I didn't see them asking for a rerun. The play went out of bounds, so there should be no rolling of the clock, running of the clock. Should be about a minute 20 or a minute 15 to go. Yeah, 125. So it'll be second down, and off the adjustment, second down and about 4, it looks like, at the 47-yard line. Now they've got 12 minutes up there. Come on, guys, operate the clock. Oh, jeez. Let's see what time it is. It's already
8:10.
There we go.
Yeah, 8:11. Jeez. Long first half, a quick moving first quarter. We'll be here for a while. On 2nd and 4, Marquez to throw, setting up a screen, bubble screen, caught to the left, no, dropped. It was right in the hands of Austin Hall, didn't look it in. I think he might have been intimidated by a defender coming on, because that was a good throw by JJ.
Yeah, it was a good pass out there. Was that Austin Hall? Yeah, he didn't look it in.
And JJ is throwing the ball all over the field now. That's 19 pass attempts unofficially in the opening half. 3rd and 4 for the 47 of Lutheran. The Mustangs down by 29, a minute 22 to go before halftime. The running back to the right of J.J. Marquez is Cade Underwood. J.J., perfect snap, looks to throw, out to his left. It's off the right hand of Fritzler, incomplete. And they were coming with tremendous pressure. J.J. landed on his backside and couldn't follow through on the throw. 4th and 4. And what is Fort Morgan going to do? Are they sending in the punt team?
Yep. Yeah, they don't want to give Lutheran that kind of field position with a minute 19 left in the first half.
Well, now that is the 19th pass attempt by JJ. Yeah, but it's not going to make much of a difference. These guys, as you mentioned, Brian, they score quickly. Rodriguez awaits the snap. It's right there. Excellent punt right down the middle, end over end. It takes a bounce, and it bounces by a Lutheran Lion, and they go diving for the ball, and the Mustangs have the recovery deep in Lutheran territory. That was a mistake. You don't feel that football if you're Lutheran, and Fort Morgan recovered the fumble. It might have been recovered by Austin Hall. Yep. Hall's got the recovery. A massive mistake there by Lutheran, and plenty of time with 1:10 to go before halftime. Well, they got greedy.
Yep.
It was not a friendly bounce, and now the ball's at the 9-yard line. Second turnover by Lutheran. First and goal at the 9. Marquez turns, looks towards the sideline. Awaiting play instructions. Underwood to the right of the quarterback. Snap is perfect. Looks to his left. Marquez, slant. It is caught. Diving towards the end zone. And is he in? No, down short at about the 1. Let's see who the receiver was. Is that Jess? Yeah, that's the tight end, Broden Jess. It's a gain of 8. Second and goal from the 1. Handoff, Underwood, stutter steps. He is not in. He might have lost a yard to the 2.
It must be something pretty much up with Samson Ortega that he's not in this critical spot right now.
Well, he's just standing on the sideline. He looks healthy from here.
Let's go, Mustangs!
Third and goal at the 2. And now the Mustangs, with 39 seconds to go before the break, are going to call a timeout. I'm surprised there JJ didn't take it himself, because that's the play they called last week. You've got a running back in Underwood who doesn't have a lot of playing time in the backfield, whereas JJ's more familiar inside the 5-yard line, but that time they gave it to Underwood, and there might not have been anything there, but when you have a limited number of carries on the season, you're nearly 30% into the season, it's unfamiliar territory.
Right, and the handoff looked like it was a little bit labored. I think you're right, it would have been better to just tell Underwood, fire out there and block somebody, and JJ, you stick your head in there and score.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with Ortega.
Yeah, he's just standing. He doesn't look like he's hurt whatsoever. Again, he has carried a heavy workload in the opening half.
And I did notice he was walking with a little bit of a limp there towards the end of the first quarter, but he went back in and ran some, so hard to tell.
Third and goal from the 2. Exactly 40 seconds to go before halftime.
Okay. See what they can do here.
Again, the same formation. 2 receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right. Fritzler is the receiver to the right. Let's see if Marquez goes to him. On third and goal, looking to Fritzler. Throws it towards the end zone. It is caught. Is he in?
Nope.
No, he's short. Tackled at the 1, it looks like, and another timeout. A gain of 1. That was a pass along towards the sideline, but tackled short of the end zone. Was Ben Fritzler, his 3rd reception. Are they going to say 4th down?
Yep.
And 3 he lost?
Yeah.
No, it's 3rd down and 2 at the 2.
It's
I'm
4th
not
down.
No, it's 4th down, but I guess no gain, huh? Again, we are all the way across on the other side. I guess that was no gain.
And Lutheran is the school, the people that are calling the timeouts.
Yeah, they did call it that time, yeah.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, I could see Fort Morgan calling a timeout to get into the end zone, but, I mean, that's already arrogance there. Yeah, Lutheran has no timeouts remaining. Fort Morgan has 2. Well, it's showing 4th down at the 2, not at the 1, even though I heard short of the goal line, but looking at the official on the far side position. Yep, it's at the 2-yard line. Passing situation. Lining up right hash mark. J.J. Marquez off the snap. 2-step drop. Pressure coming. He's got to get rid of it. He's thrown down. He's sacked. Back near the 10-yard line, and it was tough to get rid of that one. He had no time whatsoever, and he was swallowed up by Evan Holdridge. 25 seconds to go. You could try to get rid of it there, but he didn't have the time that he did in the opening quarter when he should have gotten rid of the football and he took a sack. The ball will now be marked, boy, at the 15-yard line. That's a 13-yard sack. Well, you know that they're going to throw the ball here. If they're calling timeouts, they're going to throw the ball on this occasion.
Defensive backs are about, what, 20 yards downfield?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that will help. With 26 seconds to go in the opening half, a marathonish second quarter. Lutheran leads 35-6. Abramson will hand it off on the right side. Stutter stepping his wall for a first down. Breaking out of trouble towards the sideline. He's down at about the 35, 36-yard line. A gain of 21. But again, they have no timeouts. Now the clock's down to 10 seconds to 9. They're going to have to spike this ball or do something. And now 5 seconds to go now. Why is the clock stopped? There are no timeouts on the board.
Once again, stick around at halftime for a performance by Lehigh Cheer.
It's at the 36.
Appreciation Night festivities.
5. So why is the clock stopped? I don't
know. Lutheran coach came out on the field to talk to the referee. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that doesn't seem legal.
No.
Now you got to roll it. Oh, well, what happened, they didn't stop the clock for the movement of the chains.
No.
So that's correct. Now they roll. 8 seconds to go. Rolling to his right, Abramson underneath. It's caught along the sideline, and out of bounds is Mackay. That's another sizable gain. Football goes from the 36 to midfield, a gain of 14. Could be the final play with 3 seconds to go. It will be the final play unless there is a defensive penalty. 1st and 10, midfield. Is Abramson going to chuck it up towards the end zone? Has the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket, lobs it deep up the left sideline, intercepted at the 15-yard line, along the right sideline to the 30, and then taken down, and that's going to be a horse collar.
Yep.
Sincere Coleman picked it off. That is the 3rd turnover by Lutheran in the opening half.
And that's a defensive penalty then.
Yep, we'll get one play.
Spend one play.
You're right. You're right. That ball should be at midfield. My gosh, what a marathon his first half. It's taken over an hour and 20 minutes to play the first half. So now the officials are discussing what's going to happen, but you're right, that ball should be at around midfield, and Fort Morgan will have one untimed down because it was a horse collar by a defensive player after the pick by Sincere Coleman. Lutheran essentially.
No,
they're going to send him in there. Well, they're on the offensive side, but in a defensive pose.
Oh, they're declining it. They don't want to run one more play. That's fine.
Let's hit the break. With the score, Lutheran 35, Fort Morgan 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Along with Brian Necco and Kevin Rohde, I'm John Beltran, about to hit quarter number 3 halftime show brought to you by B&B Appliance. With over 30 years of experience, B&B Appliance can help match the appliances to your needs at 502 Ensign Street in Fort Morgan. Outstanding stuff, and an incredible sponsor here, Morgan County Athletics, for the last few decades. 184 yards of total offense for the Mustangs, 120 on the ground, very impressive, and 64 through the air. J.J. Marquez has thrown 21 passes in the opening half with a pick. And with a ground game, Ben Fritzer, 3 carries for 35 yards. Samson Ortega, 11 for 40. Kate Underwood, 2 for a -5. J.J., 1 for -2. Frank Udias, 3 carries for 42 yards. And then you look at Eli Abramson, the quarterback of Lutheran. 3 touchdown passes, 47 yards and 25 yards to Jake Vandershow. And then also had an 8-yarder to Evan Mackay. And they also got a 10-yard touchdown run by Evan Holdridge and a 62-yarder from Sawyer Wald. Wald, on just 6 carries, has 129 yards. Abramson has thrown for 186. But he does have a couple of picks as well. Fort Morgan did force 3 turnovers. And the Mustangs will receive the second half kickoff. Fort Morgan trails 35-6. I mean, 184 is not bad for the Mustangs, but Kevin, you made the point that this Lutheran team is really, they're just offensive-minded. So it's not a surprise, but maybe it is a pleasant surprise that Fort Morgan has 120 yards on the ground.
I think it's a very pleasant surprise. The way they played against Brush and took some pride on the offensive line, I'm not real surprised. I think it bodes well for us.
Max Williams to kick it off. Ben Fritzler and Frank Urias are back to receive. This will be an onside kick. The ball is loose. It's off a Mustang, and another Mustang has got it at the 40-yard line, and Jaden Carrera. And I could make several comments about an onside kick with a 29-point lead, but I think it's, Brian, I think it's self-explanatory.
Yes, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they've done that in the past, though. We've seen that trick from them before.
I don't know. I mean, you pray before a game, which I'm all for. But you would think that comes with sportsmanship as well, and then you pull a stunt like that. But again, I'll leave it at that. Mustangs have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Now, Cade Underwood is in, so it looks like Samson Ortega, even though I don't see an apparent injury, maybe a lower body injury, is out of the game. And there's the give on the right side. That's a big Ben Fritzler runs over a defender into the secondary tackle from behind. I mean, he clocked a defender before the tackle was made by Evan Holdridge in the secondary. But the gain is going to be close to 20 yards, from 140 to the other. Fritzler with a first down. Man, did he take out a defender. And now the Mustangs, already just 25 seconds into the third quarter, are in Lutheran territory following what I think was an ill-advised onside kick. Now from the pistol formation, Cade Underwood is the setback. On first down, Underwood with a carry. He's not getting out of the backfield, but that's not his fault. There was no block there. There was a Lutheran line. That's Holdridge again. Came through completely unblocked. And the loss is back to the 42, maybe 43. A loss of 2, second down and 12 to go.
Yeah, they haven't had a lot of, well, I shouldn't say that. Ben Fritzler just picked up a nice gain there, but usually up the middle has not been working tonight.
Second down and 12 to go for the 42 of Lutheran. The Lions lead the Mustangs 35-6. There's the give on the right side. To the outside is Cade Underwood. He gets a block, and he's going to be poked out of bounds across the 40. Looks like he picked up maybe 5 or 6 yards as he got to the corner, got to the edge. And the line of scrimmage appears to be the 37-yard line, a gain of 5. That's the first positive carry for Cade Underwood. 3rd and 7 to go. 4 down territory for the Lutheran 37-yard line. Avery Duggar has been the receiver to the extreme left or right when he's been in there, but only 1 target so far. Broden Jess to the right. Inside slot is Urias. Fritzler back in motion, repositions to the left. Marquez to throw, looks to his left, pressure coming, throws it out incomplete. Tried to throw a slant, and now there's a late hit. I think Marquez was roughed up. Marquez was roughed up over there by Dane McGuckin, and that was well after the ball was released. That's not a smart play if that's against Lutheran on a roughing the passer.
Yeah, he got the JJ late. He's headed out of the game, too.
That'll move the chains.
Not JJ, but the defender.
Yeah, McGuckin, that's just a bonehead play. He already had a lot of pressure on him, and yeah, he's been taken out of the game. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 22-yard line of Lutheran. I know Lutheran is a preseason #1. They've made some plays and some mistakes tonight that doesn't impress me. They're not a disciplined team.
Yep.
And 3 turnovers in the opening half. 1st and 10 from the 22. Marquez will keep the football. The fake handoff. He's got maybe a yard to the 21, right up the gut for JJ. There were 4 Lions in on the play. 2nd down. And we'll call it 9 once they mark the football. Unless it's just back to the line of scrimmage, and that appears to be the case. No gain. Under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Lutheran 35, Fort Morgan 6. Marquez is a 9-yard touchdown pass to Frank Urias. Underwood in the backfield, shotgun formation. Marquez to throw, looks to his right, lobs it towards the end zone. It's going to be caught by Jess. Was he in bounds? If it's caught for a touchdown, it is!
Yep.
Holy Mahungus! Another excellent throw by Marquez. Roden Jess makes the catch from 22 yards out. And the Mustangs are back on the board. It's 35-12. That's the same pattern he threw to Frank Urias for their first touchdown. And this one from 22 yards out. What a throw and catch. Roden Jess with his first touchdown of the season, his 4th reception of the game. Irvin Melendez to attempt the extra point off the hold of Cooper Chisholm. And the kick is blocked. And he kicked it right into the line.
Extra point is no good.
I think Fort Morgan is going to have to start going for 2.
I think so.
35-12. So this was a 28-0 game, and the Mustangs have scored 2 of the last 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Mustangs have a lot to build on off of this. And they need to keep after it and climb back in it and make it a game.
3rd quarter brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. One-stop shopping does exist. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories off I-76 and exit 66A in Wiggins. That's Stubbs Gas and Oil.
There's some instant food for you. Buffalo chips at Stubbs.
Okay, I'll take that. I love Stubbs food. Instant even better. Well, let's see if they squib it. Especially if you want to eliminate the return game. I'm telling you, JJ's made 2 awesome throws for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Those are not easy. He's lobbed them perfectly. And those have been indefensible. Right to the receiver. And the coverage has not been bad on both of those touchdown passes. Melendez to boot it away. Well, this will be a kick towards the right sideline. It'll bounce at about the 30, still bouncing. It's picked up by a Lion, snapping out of a tackle and then taken down. And now there's a wrestling match going on at about the 40-yard line, a Mustang and a Lion, and now they separate themselves.
Jeremiah Mills for the Mustangs.
I'm just really proud of the Mustangs. Not that I expected them not to be this way, but the way they've come in here against a team that's ranked #1 and gets down 28-0 and still in their face.
They're
still
playing
believing
hard.
in themselves.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're playing hard. 1st and 10 for Lutheran at their own 29-yard line. Get ready for this quick strike offense again. And Fort Morgan did force 3 turnovers in the opening half. 1 was on special teams. There's the snap. There's the give. Walled on the right side across the 30. And now he's across the 35, close to a 1st down. Looks like he might have it.
Yep.
At the 39, a gain of 10. There's the snap to Abramson, rolling to his left, throwing underneath. That's caught wide open across the 50 and ushered out of bounds at the 44-yard line by Austin Hall is Evan Mackay, who's got a touchdown catch tonight The gain is 17 to the 44-yard line. Abramson just racking up the totals. There's the quick snap, rolling out to his right, tosses underneath, wide open, caught along the sideline to the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 26. That's Gavin Downing, a gain of 18. And ready to snap it again. From the 26-yard line, there's the handoff. Running to the outside is Wald to the 20. Flag is down to the 15. Wald still on his feet. And he spun down at the 11, but the gain of 15 is coming back.
Yep.
There was a clear hold on the left side of the offensive line.
I didn't see, was that big left tackle that
It appeared to be.
had a hold of him?
Yeah, that's how they sealed the outside with a grabbing of a Fort Morgan jersey. They'll place the football at the 36-yard line and set up a 1st and 20 with 8:57 to go. Third quarter, second half, 35-12. Lutheran with a 23-point lead. How is that a 9-yard penalty?
You held 1 yard down the field.
Yeah, but I thought that still wouldn't be okay.
It's a spot foul unless it's behind.
Okay.
And it's 10 from the
My bad.
scrimmage.
1st and 19. Sawyer Walden in the backfield to the right of the quarterback from the gun. 4 yards behind center is Abramson. Perfect snap. Looks to throw. Sets. Steps up. Deep over the middle. Incomplete. And they're going to throw a flag
And that was a good
on Jaden Carrera for interference at the 10-yard line. He did looked like he grabbed a little bit of the jersey, but if he doesn't grab anything, it would have been incomplete anyway.
Yep. That was over the head of the receiver, but
But
Right.
he didn't know that.
no.
And it's kind of funny, though. The flag's on the ground. Obviously, the penalty's being called, and the Lutheran guy's got to look back at the defender and pull out his jersey. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you pulled on my jersey. Of course he did. That's why he
Right.
didn't catch
Yeah,
the
that's
ball.
why the flag is there, unless he didn't see the flag thrown.
Yeah. It was like right at his feet, though.
Yeah.
So the 15-yard penalty takes the ball to the 20. And a 1st and 5 now, or 1st and 4 for Lutheran. 1st and 4 at the 20. Now we're slowing down the game because of flags and all types of nonsense.
And you got a flag on the ground there.
You never picked up his flag.
Let's go, guys. Let's get with it. The Mustangs have the lone score this third quarter. 1st down and 4 to go for the Mustang 20. Left hash mark. Abramson fakes, throws, incomplete. At the 13-yard line, a slant went behind the intended receiver, Colin Huber. 2nd down and 4 to go.
He's got quite an arm, and he's thrown some really nice, accurate passes, but then he's thrown some that are quite a ways off.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So-
this time he's going to hand it off to Sawyer Wald. That's what I'm thinking right now in the 2nd down and 4. Nope, he's going to fake and throw to his left. Underneath, it's caught at the 15. A move to the 10, now to the 5. 1st and goal. Tackled at the 2-yard line. And the gain was 18. Vandershow is the receiver. Again, just picking apart the defense from the 2-yard line. Fakes the handoff and then throws it into the end zone. Incomplete. That's a smart play.
But you got him in downfield.
Yeah.
77 was 3 yards into the end zone.
Right, and where's the flag? Because what happened, he was going to be taken down at about the 6-yard line, and with an
That's-
offensive lineman downfield, that should have been ineligible downfield.
That was lousy.
Yeah,
Lack of a call
that
there.
is terrible officiating because clearly he wanted to run the ball, and when it's a designated running play, the offensive lineman, or at least one or two, are going to go downfield a little bit. That's what happened, and he got rid of it, which is smart, but that should have been a penalty. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Is this going to go to Sawyer Wald, who's got a touchdown tonight? Abramson. 5 yards behind center. Man in motion to the right. Handoff to Wald, left side, touchdown. As he drove towards the pylon and scored, getting around Noah Aguirre. A 2-yard run. 2nd score of the game for Wald. That culminates another drive for Lutheran. Their 6th touchdown of the game. They lead 41-12. with the extra point pending.
Yeah, they weren't going to stop him that close to the end zone. Kind of a misdirection.
Max Williams is 5 for 5 on point after touchdowns. To hold is Colin Huber. Line drive is up. He's 6 for 6. It's good. 8:17 remaining, third quarter. Lutheran leads by 30, 42-12, their biggest lead of the game. Mustangs will be back on offense.
Unless they kick an onside.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know it's going to be a short kick. At least based on what they just did.
Right.
Because they've had 2 short kicks in a row. It was really weird because they had the 2 that went in the end zone, then one late in the second quarter, then another, which was the onside. Yeah, let's hope they boot this away. Max Williams. His body language tells me he's going to boot this football down the field. Let's see. Nope, it'll be another onside kick. The ball is picked up by Aiden Brown, and he's going to be spun down at the 43-yard line.
Onside kick is picked up by the Mustangs.
Well, we'll take the short field.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Good job of Aiden Brown coming up with that football. I guess they want to practice this for a future game, but why weren't they doing this when the game was closer?
Right.
You know, when it was 7-0 or 14-0. With a football at their own 43, the Mustangs scored on their most recent drive. They were aided by a personal foul penalty. There's the handoff to Franco Diaz running to his left behind a blocker. He's across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Excellent play by the Mustangs on their first play of this drive. A gain of about 4. Give them 5. Second down. And 5 to go.
Yeah, that's we'll take 5 yards.
Yep.
And another 30 seconds off the clock.
7:39 to go, third quarter. Lutheran 42, Fort Morgan 12. On 2nd and 5 from the 48, the Mustangs on their own side of the field. Pistol formation, Underwood in the backfield. In motion is Franco Diaz. Marquez keeps it himself, stutter stepping, and that's just nothing there. But how you can't dance that much.
No.
I mean, he's dancing way too much. Even if there's nothing there, you have to make a decision because a hole is not going to open up. That was multiple stutter steps.
Yeah. That's the thing about Samson Ortega and Ben Fritzler.
They explode through the hole.
Yeah, the hole is there. I mean, this line, the hole is going to be there instantly or it's going to close. You got to get through that hole right now.
Marquez back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5 from the 48, under 7 minutes to go in the third. Duggar and Urias to the right. 2 receivers out to the left. Fritzler on the inside slot. Marquez looks to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolls out to his right. Along the sideline. Has to get rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. As he was tackled at the 31-yard line by Gavin Downing. And the Mustangs will have to punt. And Marquez went down on that right shoulder. It looks to be okay, but he took some punishment.
It sounded like his helmet.
I think it's his head.
Yeah, he's
you're right.
A little dizzy.
You're right.
The trainer has got a hold of him because he looked a little wobbly when he got up.
Well, because he got up too quickly. There you want to slow down a little bit. He's a tough kid, though. I mean, he's taken a lot of hits in 3 years of varsity football. Frank Urias to punt on a 4th and 5 at their own 48. Lutheran trying to set up the return game. They had a muff late in the second quarter. Excellent line drive punt. It'll bounce, and they've got let it bounce. It takes a huge Fort Morgan roll. And it's going to be downed inside the 20.
Number 7, Frank Urias.
That's an excellent punt by Frank Urias.
First and 10.
Yeah, I'd say we're winning the special teams phase of the game.
The football will be placed as soon as they adjust the scoreboard at the 12. The punt went for 40 yards with no return.
That's been the strong point so far. It's been our special teams.
Yeah, all 3 games.
Yep.
Lutheran with a 42-12 advantage. Yeah, the receiver is getting ready to set up, and he
Tripped.
Yep, on himself.
Yep.
Let's see, Abramson is still up. Now he's 4 yards behind center. Perfect snap. And this bubble screen is caught out to his right. It's going to be close to a first down. And let's see if that's Downing or Mackay. Yeah, it's Mackay. Another completion and a gain of 8. That's the 5th reception for Mackay. There's a pass out and is dropped. Underneath pass is dropped by Blake Kilborn. It's 3rd down and 2 to go. At the 20-yard line. Man, they run these plays really quickly. Even when the clock is stopped. On 3rd down and 2 from the 20. Repositioning. Looked like one of his offensive linemen on 3rd and 2 from the 20. Abramson will toss it out to his right. That's caught. That's a first down, and spinning and taken out of bounds is Brody Rasmussen. Going to be well over 200 yards. Gain of 7, well over 200 yards passing. There's the snap once again to Abramson, lobs it to his left. It's incomplete. That's off the right hand of Travis Birch, not on this roster. Be nice if they ran the ball. Get that clock moving with 5:51 to go in the 3rd, leading Fort Morgan 42-12. 2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line. 2 receivers split each side. Back to throw. Abramson tosses over the middle. It's caught underneath, short of a first down. And that is Deacon Downing.
That's a gain about 4 yards.
All the way to the 31. 3rd down and 6. Again to throw is Abramson. Out to his left. That's caught. That's a first down to the 38, maybe the 39. As the tackle was made there by Aiden Brown, but it was caught by Vandershow. It's a gain of 8. On 1st and 10 from the 39, Abramson rolls out to his right, throws off his back foot, wide open. It is caught. A wrestling match, but I believe it's caught. Aiden Brown wrestling with a football, or for the football with a receiver, but it's caught over there by Brody Rasmussen. And I think we have a flag down anyway. This could be coming back.
Brody Rasmussen.
Yeah, flag's over here on this side.
Let's wait on the penalty.
It looks like it's going against the Lutheran Lions. That would nullify a 16-yard pass. But I have not seen, there's a signal, ineligible man downfield.
They finally got the ineligible downfield.
Right, when it should have happened earlier.
5 minutes ago.
Lions are backed up to their own 33, 1st and 15.
At the 33, 1st down and 16. Rasmussen to throw, setting up a screen. It's caught underneath, and all types of running room for Vandershow. Along the left sideline to the 20. He's at the 10, goodbye. It's a touchdown, 73 yards. Vandershow with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And Abramson has done it again.
Yeah, they can score quick.
Vandershow now has 4 receptions for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns. And that's the 4th touchdown pass for Eli Abramson. It is now 48-12. Max Williams has made his 7th consecutive extra point.
Yeah,
Keep it right here.
He's going to be exercising his leg a lot this year, I imagine.
That's correct. And that pass from Abramson was not that good. It was thrown low.
Yeah.
Nice adjustment by Vandershow.
And then showed us quicks, huh?
Oh, did he ever? I mean, he took off like a deer.
Yeah, that's one thing about these receivers. They get out in the even their running back Wald, he gets out in the open and they're not going to catch him.
So it's 49-12. We will go to a running clock if Lutheran scores again before the Mustangs get on the board. As we are past the top of the hour, this is Morgan County's B106, KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. Abramson had 186 yards passing at halftime. Yeah, now he's at about 300 yards. We'll have to total that up. Max Williams to kick it off. And this one is pooched. It's loose along the sideline. And it's still loose, picked up at the 19-yard line with not too much running room across the 25 to the 29. The returner there was Knowledge Harris, a freshman. Return of 12. Let's see what Abramson's got passing-wise. 98. In the second half. .155. .341 yards passing for Eli Abramson.
Crazy.
1st and 10 for Fort Morgan at their own 29. The offense has been limited in the second half, although they do have a touchdown. There's to give to Fritzler, running to his left, stacked up for a yard at the 30. Not much there for Ben Fritzler, who's had a pretty decent game running the ball. As the shoe comes off, he's off the field. That's his 5th carry. Fritzler, impressive, for 54 yards. On 2nd down and 9. Mustangs taking their time, want to take some time off the clock just to run their offense. Underwood in the backfield, man in motion is Urias. He's got the football, stops, runs to his left, back to the middle, nearly stripped and then down. Now this Lutheran defense is getting a little bit more aggressive. And that's no gain for Frank Urias, 3rd down and 9.
He tried to reverse direction there. Nothing there.
They lost a yard as they respot the football. Back at the 29. Lutheran 49, Fort Morgan 12. Mustangs will drop to 1 and 2. But again, they certainly didn't lay down 28-0. I mean, this has been a competitive game since then. And the first quarter, they controlled time of possession. On 3rd down and 10 to go from the 29. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Marquez, quick drop, play action, rolls out to his right, pressure coming, throws off his back foot. It's going to be incomplete, but there's a flag down. That could be interference.
Yep, definitely.
That could be interference on Lutheran. Bodies went flying. I think that's going to be a 15-yarder against the Lions. Yeah, there was a jersey grabbed out there, at least one.
I don't know if they'll call it holding, but it was in the air, so it should be pass interference when it occurred.
Well, it should give Fort Morgan a 1st down.
Yep, interference.
There's the interference, and they'll place the football at the 44. Yeah, that ball was just up there for grabs. And Fort Morgan will have it at the 44-yard line. On a 1st down and 10. Ashton Meeks is now into the game for the Mustangs. We've seen a lot of him defensively in there offensively. From the pistol at the 44. JJ back to throw, pressure up the middle, tosses out to his right through the hands of Urias, incomplete.
Passes off the hands.
Looked like Frank wanted to take off prematurely.
It'll be second down.
And it's 2nd down and 10 to go for the Mustangs. Temperature feels like it's 45 degrees out here. So it's gotten cold on a early September evening.
Thankful there's no breeze.
Thank goodness for that. Again, the Mustangs have a bye next week. Their next game is 2 weeks and 1 day from tonight. September 20th at home against Skyview. 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line. 3:01 remaining third quarter. Lutheran 49, Fort Morgan 12. Pistol formation, Odias in motion. Handoff Underwood to the outside. He's got a block. He's got a seam, and then he kind of stops and is out of bounds for a short gain. Had he kept going, and there's a flag down as he gains about a yard or two. Yeah, we don't want to slow this game down via penalty. I don't even see the flag, but
Sideline warning.
that's all it is. The gain was only a yard. 3rd down and 9. They're going to keep the clock rolling even though he went out of bounds, which is a good thing. Yeah, no reason to extend this game. Just keep the clock rolling as much as possible. I mean, it feels like we played about 5 or 6 quarters of football tonight.
Yeah, right.
3rd down and 9 for the 45. And Lutheran jumped but did not go. Now they did cross.
Now they're going to call us for procedure because
Yep.
stood up.
Yep.
Yeah, because if he was not in the neutral zone, then that would be a false start against Fort Morgan.
Yep.
Making it a 3rd down and 14, and that's the call.
Underwood couldn't tell from his vantage point if they were across the line of scrimmage or not. So,
with the football just shy of the 41-yard line. 3rd down and about 13 officially, we'll say.
We still got Fritzler on the sideline now. I wonder if he's doing all right.
Clock is stopped at 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Broden Jess is the outside receiver to the left. Marquez to throw. Steps up, hit his, and he's taken down. He's about to throw. He got taken down at the 33-yard line. And the sack from Caden Tisdall. Thrown for a loss of 7. It'll be 4th down and forever, and the Mustangs will have to punt.
yeah, he didn't have any time whatsoever to try to get that pass.
Yeah, that's not on JJ, just too tough. Again, JJ's got 2 touchdown passes tonight. 9 yards to Urias, 22 yards to Broden Jess. Frank to punt. He's been very good this season. Gets that one off end over end towards the sideline, but short. It's going to be out of bounds. It is a short punt because he got too much of the sideline. And with 1:42 to go, 3rd quarter, excellent field position for Lutheran. Let's see if they're going to stick with Abramson. He's thrown for 341 yards tonight. 500 yards of total offense. Close to 500 now for Lutheran. The ball is resting at the 35-yard line. Let's see, do we see number 12 in there?
I would think so.
Yeah, because it's not a running clock. Yep, yeah, he's in there. 1st and 10, 65 yards to go for Lutheran. They've got 7 touchdowns tonight. Snap is low. There's the give on the right side to Wald. Wald skips over a defender, still on his feet, dragging defenders down at about the 42. Let's see where they spot the football. Would be to the 41, a gain of 6. 2nd down, 4. And 4 to go. Pass out to the right is incomplete off the hand of Wall. Just past midfield. 3rd down and 4 to go.
Put some zip on that ball, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, way too much, and it was too high. 3rd down and 4 at the 41-yard line. Abramson has 4 touchdown passes in the game, including a 73-yarder to Vandershow on the previous possession. Awaiting the snap with 2 receivers split out to the left. Abramson will hand it off for the left side. That's a big first down. Right back up the middle is Evan Holdridge crossing the 50 to the 48, a gain of 11.
Yeah, and that was just kind of right up the middle, and he just stumbled forward.
And this time it'll be a give right up the middle, and Holdridge is tackled after a short gain to about the 45, a gain of 3. Tackle was made by, looked like Peyton Vickers, getting up slowly. With 49 seconds to go in the 3rd. So a pickup of maybe 2, that's it. For Holdridge, 2nd down and 8. Why is time being called? I know you can't take them with you, Kevin.
No, I don't think it was some sort of official's time or
Okay.
something. Maybe there was an injured player on the sideline. Yeah, maybe 65 for Fort Morgan.
Yeah, that's Peyton Vickers, yeah. 2nd down. And about 8 to go from the, we'll call it the 46. Abramson back to throw. Steps, throws over the middle, incomplete. At the 30-yard line, well defended by Aiden Brown, the intended receiver. Again, 42 who don't have him on the roster.
But he's been in quite a bit.
Yep. All right, we will call it at the 47. 3rd down and 8. Abramson awaits a snap. Has the football, looks to his left to throw, steps up in the pocket, deep up the left side. It's going to be incomplete. Broken up at the 24 by Austin Hall. Intended for Blake Hilborn. Outstanding play. It'll be 4th down, and Lutheran will go for it. With 31 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Boy, what an excellent play defensively.
Yep.
I mean, they're still making plays. Looking over towards the sidelines. 4th down and 7 to go at about the 47-yard line of Fort Morgan. That's 3 straight incompletions, by the way, from this quarterback. Abramson rolls out to his right, still rolling. Throws on the run. That pass is going to be intercepted. And this could be a nice return. That's Jaden Carrera to his right to the 50. Carrera is still on his feet, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. And that's a late hit. He was tackled way out of bounds. 2nd pick of the game for Jaden Carrera. 4th turnover by Lutheran. And the flag was thrown. The Mustangs are going to have an incredible field position deep in Lutheran territory.
Yeah, I think Lutheran's going to have an interesting film session when they go over this film, and they've got a lot of things to correct if they want to go deep into the playoffs this year.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Well, the football is going to be in the red zone. Should be in the red zone. 17 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And the ball is going to be placed. I can't even tell.
About the 19, maybe?
Well, if they would adjust the board, that would help.
The 22 there soon.
Okay.
First and 10 at about the
17-yard line. See, the board says the 33. They're just so sloppy up there on the board. Handoff, Underwood, right side. He squeezes maybe a couple of yards out of that carry. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter with a score. Lutheran 49, Fort Morgan 12 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 4th quarter. I'm John Beltran with Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde. Lutheran leads Fort Morgan 49-12. The Mustangs are knocking on the door again. 4th quarter brought to you by Rudy's Tires. 9 locations across Northeast Colorado and Nebraska. Means there's always a location close by Rudy's Tires. Follow them at rudy'stires.com for more. Ended up being a 5-yard gain for Underwood on the previous carry. 2nd down and 5 for the Lutheran 13. Again, the Mustangs up to the line of scrimmage, but looking over towards the sideline. There's the snap. Marquez lobs it left side, open, caught to the 5-yard line, down to the 4 is Avery Duggar. A flag is down. It would be a gain of 9. And that play, it's going to be a hold. It's going to be a hold on the defense, on Lutheran. 1st and goal. So give them a 9-yard gain on that pass. Defensive holding was the indication from the official. And now the Mustangs have it 1st and goal. It'd be nice to score 3 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
And they're 4 yards away.
These kids haven't given up. They have not let up, even looking at the scoreboard.
Underwood in the backfield from the pistol formation. On 1st and goal, Odia's in motion to the right. There's the handoff. Underwood stutter stepping, and he's going to lose a yard to the 5. He just cannot find a seam, and quite frankly, as both of you have mentioned, they can't run up the middle. Running up the middle is a challenge for this football team.
Well, especially against this particular defensive line that's, oversized, and they're definitely going to stop that inside run. They're packing people in there to keep Fort Morgan from doing what we want to do.
This should set up a passing situation. 2nd and goal from the 5. Odias and Duggar to the left. Marquez hands it off on the end around to Frank Odias to the outside. Breaks out of a tackle back to the middle across the 5 to the 3. It looked like that was going to be a huge loss. And somehow was able to squeeze 2 yards out of that play. 3rd and goal. Odias now with 5 carries in the game. Make it 6 for 48 yards. They don't roll out JJ much. Usually when he rolls out, he gets flushed out of the pocket. I'd love to see a rollout, maybe to create a shorter throw. 10-17 to go in the game. Lutheran leads by 37. 3rd and goal. Marquez, play action. Rolls out to his right. He's going to take off for the end zone. Touchdown for J.J. Marquez. Marquez with his 3rd touchdown in the last 2 games. He scores from 3 yards out. And it's 49-18. I think Fort Morgan should just go for 2. You got to go for 2. The kicking game has not been good, so you go for 2 and see what happens. And they're going to do that. The lead is down to 31. Oh, you don't want to call a timeout for a 2-point conversion. Just go for it.
Yep.
Oh, that essentially was a little bit of a, not a bootleg, but a little rollout.
Yep.
And again, to the outside. That's where the Mustangs have been able to exploit Lutheran on the 2-point conversion. JJ looks to his left, pressure coming backside, takes off with the football. He's got a seam to the end zone, he's in there. A helmet goes flying. Wyatt Patterson had his helmet ripped off. The 2-point conversion is good, but Patterson's helmet is sitting at the 23-yard line. That should be unsportsmanlike against Lutheran, and it's now 49, should be 49-20. Do they not have the score right? That's 2 points, guys. 49-20. You got to be kidding me that they cannot.
There we go.
There you go. Jeez. But Patterson had his helmet ripped off. Yeah, personal foul, face mask. So now Fort Morgan is going to kick off near midfield.
See if they try an onside kick.
10 minutes and 8 seconds.
10:08 to go in the game. I feel like we're watching 2 football games tonight just based on the length.
Yeah.
Wow. We've got 69 points combined. Last week, what was it, 44 43-26, I think Lutheran won over Cooper, Texas. So very similar game in terms of the score, although a wider margin.
You know, and you would expect maybe some heated play, you know, hard hitting, late shots, personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conducts if it was a close game. But when you're up 29 points and you got to tear some kid's helmet off.
Yeah, and it was at 37.
It seemed like it was a late call. I mean, almost like.
Well, the official didn't see it at first. I think that's why.
He didn't see the penalty. He just saw the results of the helmet 20 yards downfield.
And Patterson sold it very well.
Yeah.
Like it was definitely a violation against Lutheran. The kickoff is from the Lutheran 45. Irvin Melendez runs up to the football. He will pooch it towards the sideline. Fielded at the 13-yard line. That's Vandershow. He's loose to the 25. Vandershow is spun down at the 31. Man, Knowledge Harris got the first hit. Then it was cleaned up by another Mustang. 69 yards away is Lutheran. Pretty good special teams play by the Mustangs.
It's been their number one part of the game for the first three games, been their special teams.
First and 10, Lutheran at their own 31. Kevin.
I was just going to say, although on that one they did let them get a little bit of more of a return. We had them kind of pinned down, but Lutheran's got some athletes, and you have to contain them. You can't necessarily stop them.
Yep, athletes with speed.
Abramson is still in there, approaching 350 yards passing. Man in motion to the right is Wald, looks to throw out to his left. It's caught underneath at the 30-yard line and down at about the 36. That's Vandershow with a big night. Pick up of 5 yards in the play. Second down and 6. Hand off to Wald, left side, a first down. Skips over a defender at the 40. Still on his feet, breaking tackles, carrying defenders into Mustang territory. Whoa. Big, big play for Sawyer Wald. And the gain is 14. No, it should be beyond that. It's at the 40. Gain of 24 at the 40. Pass out to the left is caught underneath along the sideline. That's Vandershow. And then he is leveled by Ashton Meeks. He pinballed off Ashton Meeks out of bounds.
That was a nice hit. He'll feel that in the morning. That was nice. And Fort Morgan's got no quit. They are taking their shots when they get them, but they're legal.
Gain of 7 on the play to the 34. This will be a give to Wald. Stutter stepping back to the middle. He's got a seam to the 10, to the 5. He's gone. It's a touchdown. That'll be from 34 yards out. 34 yards away. A 34-yarder makes it 55-20.
The Energizer Bonnie let us down for a minute there.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Mac Williams. That's up and it's right there. Let's see what Wald has done tonight.
The extra point through the uprights. 8:57 to go in this contest.
Let's see.
The score says 56 Lutheran and 24 Fort Morgan.
205 yards for Sawyer Wald. And they're at over 600 yards of offense tonight. Yeah,
They're
pretty
an offensive
impressive.
machine, but they made a lot of mistakes tonight, though. It'd be interesting to watch them and Holy Family, see what that'd probably be a pretty good game.
I mean, again, when I saw them last year in the state championship game, Holy Family handled Lutheran, especially in that second half. So it's 56-20. Lutheran's been trying to get this game to a running clock, but the Mustangs will not allow it. They will not allow it. with 8:57 to go. Again, we'll have a very quick post game brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. And Max Williams to kick it off once again. As Kevin mentioned, he's going to have a sore right foot. Well, no, you said he's going to be kicking a lot this season, but that would produce a sore right foot.
Yep.
Especially as it gets colder. High, deep kick. Fielded at the 12-yard line, running to his left. That is Ben Fritzler, and he runs over a defender. Then he's down, and Fritzler taking no prisoners, so to speak. Down at about the 20-yard line, maybe more than that.
And that shows a little respect for Fort Morgan's offense. They don't want to give us midfield position anymore.
Yep.
At their own 27.
At the 27, Fort Morgan will have the ball. A long night in Parker.
Interesting to see what's up with Samson Ortega.
Yeah.
How serious the injury that is.
Yeah, he's not played since late in the second quarter.
One good thing about it, 2 weeks to recover.
And they got Fritzler on the sideline, too. He was in for the kickoff return, but
There's the handoff and a big hole up the middle across the 35 and a first down. And that is Ashton Meeks, who had the pick six last week. And that's a gain of about 11 to the 38-yard line. That's a strong run by Ashton Meeks. Clock is running under 8.5 to go in the game. 56-20, Lutheran leads Fort Morgan. They've scored 8 touchdowns. The Mustangs have 3. Marquez with 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. On 1st and 10, there's the give. And running across the right side, another big gainer. That is Underwood. Underwood in the secondary across the 45 to about the 41. Cade Underwood with a gain of 20.
I don't know whether Lutherans maybe put in their second teamers on defense, but man, all of a sudden we're just blowing them off the line.
At the 41-yard line, JJ with a handoff to Underwood, stutter stepping to his right, crossing the 40. Down at the 38-yard line, a pickup of 3, stacked up by the right side, make it the left side of that Lutheran defense. And again, Fort Morgan in no hurry,
Now,
which
new
is fine.
quarterback going in.
Oh, yeah. Aiden Brown in at quarterback.
On 2nd down and 7 to go at the 38. Pistol formation. Brown awaits the snap. He's got it. Turns, hands it off to Underwood. Nearly lost control of the football across the right side. A first down, crossing the 30 to the 27, maybe the 28. It's a gain of 10.
And he can run that ball when he's got a little bit of blocking. He just was getting stuffed way in the backfield earlier, and now he's running with passion.
Well, now he's got 33 yards on his last 3 carries, and the ball's at the 28-yard line, approaching the 7-minute mark of the game. Well, the Mustangs trailing by 36, but again, they're not allowing this game to get to a running clock. They want to play 4 full quarters of football.
They're running some of their second team offense out there. See Broden Jess has come out of the game.
On 1st and 10, right hash mark at the 28 of Lutheran. Brown behind a blocker, back to the middle, breaks out of a tackle, then he's hit hard at the 27. A gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9 to go. I'll give them close to 2. Still plenty of time in this game. 6:22 to go. Yeah, this is giving a lot of other players a chance to play.
Yep. Knowledge Harris into the game.
On 2nd and 8 from the 26 of Lutheran. Yeah, just taking their time. They've got to get this play in. Play clock is at about 5 seconds now. There's the snap, the give. Underwood running to his right, gets the corner to the 20, tackle from behind. A gain of about 6. And you're right, Underwood is showing some more explosion now once he can find that seam.
Yeah, he's got some good acceleration once he gets, up to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 2 with 5.5 to go in the game. Yeah, this is impressive what Fort Morgan has done offensively. Defensively, it's been tough to try to solve this team's offense, although they have come up with 4 turnovers. One of those on special teams. 3rd down and 2 to go from the 20. From the pistol, Aiden Brown, low snap, ball is on the ground, and Underwood falls on it at the 24, 4th and 6. Loss of 4.
Come on, back.
Well, they'll obviously go for it here.
4th and 6.
Yep.
And let's see if Lutheran comes with their backups, because, this game has been over for a while, but this will be a chance for head coach Stephen Robbins to get some other players into the game. Mustangs take too much time here. They might have to call a timeout. Yeah, they're taking a lot of time.
I think that
They're going to have to call a timeout.
the back judge is giving them plenty of leeway as far as too much time.
Yeah, well, there's the timeout. With 4:24 to go, Lutheran 56, Fort Morgan 20. Again, the Mustangs have a bye next week. They'll play on Friday, September 20th at home against Skyview. Woo. Well,
Give this team a little bit of extra time to heal from their bumps and bruises and strains and whatever else they may have. To
absolutely.
come
They
in
need
strong.
it.
Yep.
A lot of football played tonight. It feels like 100 plays
Yeah.
in this game.
And they've been 3 pretty physical games. Rush was definitely physical. That was like a battle of cross county. It's always a physical game, but both of these games, this game and the Pueblo game, were really physical games.
Yeah,
too.
without a doubt.
And this team is getting more physical as the season goes along. They're hitting so much harder and putting so much better effort into it, I think, tonight than they did even against Pueblo East and Brush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're showing signs of improvement. 4th down and 6 for the Mustangs at the 24-yard line of Lutheran. Aiden Brown is the quarterback. There's the snap. Back to throw. They're coming in a blitz. He pumps. He steps up in the pocket. Throws as he's been hit. It's going to be tipped incomplete. Oh, man. In the back of the end zone was Duggar. And now we've got a late flag. That flag was thrown very late.
If he grabbed him, it was holding, defensive holding.
That was a very late flag. And I think you're right. This will extend the drive for Fort Morgan.
Yep.
It's a 1st down for the Mustangs on a holding penalty, because Duggar got loose. And what a throw by Brown. He was getting hit as he released that football, but now it's at the 14-yard line. And the drive continues for the Mustangs. On 1st and 10. Lining up on the right hash mark. Back to the pistol. That's a new running back in there for Fort Morgan. That is not Underwood. And there was movement. That looked like Lutheran moved across. Why are they taking so many chances? My gosh, just slowing down this game. The Mustangs, I'm not sure who's in that backfield for Fort Morgan, number 32. I don't have that number.
No.
Now the ball's at the 9. Just play clean football on both sides, but Fort Morgan's actually played more disciplined.
It'll be interesting to see what the total penalty yardage both ways is.
1st down and 5 from the 9. There's the give. And at the 7-yard line, I just don't know who that is. See if we can hear the PA. Gain of 2.
I imagine they've got the same roster that we do.
2nd down and goal. Well, that's Shinnick, as I heard. And I've got confirmation on that. I heard the name Shinnick, so we'll go with that. It's second down, not goal. Second down and 3 to go from the 7. Aiden Brown with a football. Back to throw. Over the middle, the pass is tipped and complete. Intended for Knowledge Harris at the goal line. 3rd and 2. With 3:29 to go in the game. Lutheran 56, Fort Morgan 20. This is a live football game on B106. Excuse me. I say live because we didn't think we'd be out here this long.
We'll see how alive we are tomorrow morning.
Wow. Whew. 3rd and 2. Again, back to the pistol. Aiden Brown is the quarterback. Handoff, that's to Shinnick, and he lost his balance, and he tripped himself up at the 12. 4th down. So now they're going to go for it, approaching the 3-minute mark of the game on a 4th down and about 8 at the 12-yard line. And I would hope that when Lutheran gets the football back, they just run the ball. Enough of this hurry up. You've already got 8 touchdowns tonight. What are you out there to prove?
I'm being told that 32 is Quentin Allman.
Clinton Allman, okay. Well, whatever Shinnick was, that must have been a defensive player for Lutheran. 4th and 8, Brown, lob into the end zone. It is going to be tipped incomplete. Just underthrown to Knowledge Harris and broken up. And Lutheran takes over with 2.5 to go.
And the Lions will take over on downs.
I just hope to God that they run the football and are good to go with that. No hurry up. You're up. It's not like you're getting away from your philosophy with a 56-20 lead. And exactly 2:35 to go in the game with the ball at your own 12. Let's see. Yeah, Abramson will not be in there. They'll have a fresh quarterback. That'll be, it looks like Caden Tisdall. From the 12-yard line. And there's the give, and right up the middle, crossing the 15 to about the 18-yard line. A gain of 6. Ashton Meeks made the tackle. Now we've got another flag that has been thrown. There was some wrestling in the secondary.
And they're going to call that on Fort Morgan because he had his arms around the...
Well, and Jeremiah Mills had an issue with another player earlier, so he's got to be a little bit more disciplined in that secondary. If that's against him, you don't want to do that. I mean, you want to play to the whistle, but get your hands off the other player. I mean, they don't need to throw flags, but, you know. Yep, it's against Fort Morgan.
Oh, they called it both ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
but still, you know, you want to play clean football. So it's 2nd down and about 3 to go at the 19-yard line. Let's roll clock here, gentlemen. No, they're not going to roll clock.
2nd and 3 for the Lions.
Ooh. We have had 11 touchdowns scored in this game. 8 by Lutheran, 3 by Fort Morgan. On 2nd and 3 from the 19-yard line. Direct snap, handoff, back towards the middle. That's Tisdall. 1st down. To the 24-yard line, a gain of 6. Well, to the 23, right up to the line of scrimmage.
That's the Lions' 1st down.
Yeah, please, roll that clock. These guys are doing a hurry-up still.
Well, that's just they line up.
Right,
There you
as
go.
long as they don't run the play immediately and just wait a little bit. Now we are 2 minutes to go in the game. On 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Yeah, now they're letting time roll, which is the right thing to do. You could almost take a couple of knees, but they'll run a conventional play. Lutheran in their first 2 games scored nearly 100 points combined. There's the snap, the give to Tisdall, running to his left, crossing the 25, down at about the 27. That same JV player, 32, in on the play, along with Cooper Chisholm. A gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6 to go for the Lutheran Lions, the preseason #1 in 3A, defending state runner-up. 600 yards of offense tonight. The Mustangs with over 300 yards of offense. They had 184 at halftime again. We'll kind of wrap it up right now. Eli Abramson with 4 touchdown passes, 3 to Jake Vandershow. Fort Morgan had a 9-yard scoring pass from J.J. Marquez to Franco Diaz. There's a give on the left side along the sideline, spinning, and a first down to the 34, a gain of 6. And that is Ben Shinnick. A 22-yarder from Marquez to Broden Jess, and then Marquez from 3 yards out. This will be the final play. We'll tell you the post-game show brought to you by Advanced Agro Solutions. Water is key to your crop success. Advanced Agro Solutions has year-round and seasonal probes that will help make sure you have the right amount of water. Call Dusty or Roxy McCormick, 970-571-2024. We'll get to a player of the game in just 1 second as well. $18 seconds to go. This will be the final play of the game. There's the snap, the give to Shinnick. Along the left side, he's thrown for a loss of about 3 yards. 56-20, Lutheran wins the game. Post-game show again brought to you by Advanced Agro Solutions. Player of the game is brought to you by Better Electric, covering all electric work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter, 970-521-1030. Better Electric, proud to bring you the game archives available on social media. Well, let's just do co-players of the game. I mean, JJ did account for 3 touchdowns, and Jaden Carrera with 2 interceptions. Those are our players of the game, brought to you by Better Electric. The Mustangs dropped to 1-2, and Lutheran moves to 2-0. The Mustangs are off until Friday, September 20th, when they take on the Skyview Wolverines in Fort Morgan. 7 o'clock kickoff on B106. For Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde, have a great weekend and a safe weekend. I'm John Beltran. God bless. The final score tonight from Lutheran High School in Parker. Lutheran 56, Fort Morgan 20 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.